on over so the feet actually match. Where's that Taco Bell? Over here. There you go. And we are headed into match 2 of 10, guys. We've had 10 matches to crown our champions. Let's catch up. Let's catch our breath. These matches go fast. Taco Bell. I think he's dancing for us, guys. I think he's dancing for us. Alright, here we go. Your second flight path of tonight. We're coming in from the Western Wasteland Wall, just over to the west side of La Drilla, going across the top of Monte Nuevo, San Martin, Hacienda del Patron, to the south of Cruz de Valle and Terra Branca. Just dumping off to the south of Camp Militar. So we've got a long flight path. We've got complete land underneath, and we will be dumping off any of those chicken nuggets right on over towards that far eastern edge. So let's see where the taco lovers go. Let's check in on this, see what's gonna happen over here. We've got almost there, headed up to the north. We do have 2 teams headed down to Valle del Mar. We've got the Death Route right there with the All-Star Esports. It looks like we might have 2 teams headed up to El Pozo to be announced right there with Secret Ways. Taco Bell now off the plane. Looks like Taco lovers headed down to the Hacienda del Patron, but I do see a guest right there with them. So let's go ahead and put that up on the stream for you guys so you guys can check in on this fight as it happens. Picado also gonna have 2 teams going to it. We've got the Sinners right there with Resilience. We've got 3 teams headed over towards the minus just. Let's get in here, see what the taco lovers can do as Taco Bell, our last man top fragger, right here with Spider-Man. Does get Spider-Man down to about half health, but Taco Bell has 2 snipers. He's got the Winchester with the mini, but he's spamming that mini for us. And then we've got Taco Wednesday just running right on past him. And so now they are staying together. We got Taco Thursday right upstairs trying to stop their foot. Woo! Does find that. Oh, and there it is, a fast and furious wipe. And now Resilience already in the fight right on over here with the Sinners. Let's see what's going on over here. I saw somebody getting knocked from the Sinners, that vampire, but he is back up onto his feet. Hello, gorgeous LEGOB. And so now Sinner trying to get those shots down onto Resilience, but it does look like they're having some issues with some gear here. So you can see that 666 does not have a vest, and he's not exactly excited to go ahead and push on over. We got Scar right above Madian, and he is able to get the knock and the confirmation. So no, Scare. I've called you Scar way too many times, haven't I? We've got Cardi C back here in the casino as the exfoliator, coming right up and across. So now let's go on over and check in on what Saz is doing. Saz is over here in the reds, right next door to 2 of them from the Beyond Stream. Alright, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why LEG. Alright, so let's see what's going on over here on this direction. To be announced in a fight with Secret Ways now. So let's go ahead and check on that in the map down below while we have a minute to breathe, while these 2 teams, Secret Ways, they're right on over here. We're down to just a solo player. Vanish. It looks like Vanish is going to vanish from El Pozo, while the rest of to be announced, all 4 of them back up. Bob up to 3 eliminations. Look at that, taking over. So now let me go ahead and put that map back up down there for you. we do have a minute, so I'll go ahead and put this onto the map screen. Let's go. So let me see if I did that wrong. Nope, I didn't. So I don't know why you guys keep writing OCC. It's OOC. Alright, so let's go. Let's check, what is happening with the rest of this. We do have straight out of Nepal, not too far away. It looks like we may have a fight with the Order in straight out of Nepal. Out of Nepal. So we'll get on over there in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get a sky view of what's happening here. It does look like straight out of Nepal getting pulled up on by the Order. We do have all 4 of them from the Order over here and straight out of Nepal trying to get on in. And it looks like Spence is trying to get some of those angles over onto the Order. Let's get on over here. So vampires gets knocked, and we also have, it looks like scare right up in this edge. So now let's get over here. And there it goes. So now there goes the resilience. But we do have this fight over here. Let's see what's happening over here with straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal over. Ooh, we got Hope right on that backside. Hope just taking up and over. We've got Wolf and Loston both up to an elimination, but we only lost JC over here. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Odyssey of Champions. Today is the final match. In 5 matches tonight, finals, day 2. So let's go through these. Let's go through the scores from yesterday. Remind us where we left off. The Sinners were in first place with the winner chicken dinner and 69 total points. Almost there in second with 62 total points and 2 winner chicken dinners. Taco Lovers in third with 54. So there are your fights. Let's go through the rosters. We have 2 be announced esports: Velocity, Equinox, Alpha 4 Legend, T-Games, Broken Spirit, straight outta Nepal, Excellence, Resilience Esports, Urza Esports, The Order, Zero Mercy, Ego Lifters, All-Star Esports, Deathroot, I guess, Secret Ways, and Aether Esports. There are your teams. But we have 5 more matches. We have a Rondo match. So we'll be shuffling this leaderboard tonight. These guys have done a lot of VOD reviews. So we should be seeing a lot of changes, but just as many sweaty matches. Last night was insanity. There were so many fights. It was hard to keep up. As I said, this is match number 6 of 10. So we have the 5 yesterday and 5 today. And tonight we will be crowning the champions. And last night we had a few issues. We didn't get to the wheel of names. We have the names list now. So what Greek Storm and Simplicity Plays has to come up with is that tonight we'll do 2 wheel of names. We'll do the first one for last night and the next one, or the second one, for tonight. So if you want to get into the wheel of names for tonight, you just have to write green in the YouTube chat. Take a screenshot of the comment and get it over to the Greek Storm, the Greek Events Discord server, and your name will go onto the list of names. So let me get ahead and get that map screen up there as we load. There we go. Load into match number 6. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Mine felt like it was really short. My weekends always feel super short, I tell you guys. I tell you. So since the Sinners are in first, let's go on down to the Sinners, and we're going to jump with Scare. Scare has scared me for sure. He's quite the fragger. He's been on the MVP multiple times throughout this. So let me get him over here. Make it nice. Uh-oh. No sound, guys. No sound. There we go. Ta-da! Happy Sunday night, guys. Weekend's almost over, but we are headed into another holiday fairly soon. So hopefully we'll be able to get some fun festivities, good food, good friends in these cold winter nights. In the hot, sweaty matches. Here we go. Coming up from that southern side of Sosnovka military base. We're going across the military base itself, through the farm, shelter, mansion, all the way up to that northern side. We're on that top upper lip of the bass mouth, just to the south of Kameshki, northeast of Yasnaya. And I gotta get my mouth working tonight, guys. I did have my cappuccino, but as you can tell, it's not quite working just yet. Hopefully it kicks on in. Let's go. And let me scroll on in, see what's going on. Looks like we have T Games and Eagle Lifters once again headed over towards the C Black area. So we'll get on down there fairly quickly, check in on them. I think T Games likes to go towards that back area and push up. So let me do it this way. We'll get on down here like this. And Eagle Lifters have a tendency to go straight to C Black. Come on. There we go. There we go. And we never even clicked off of them. See, the clicks are not clicking, guys. Let's try this again. There it goes. Alright, so go ahead and put that up there. And I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye on this, where our first zone is going all the way to that central north. We have a lot of water, 30 to 40% water. Got two teams over here in Yasnaya. School apartments was pretty busy yesterday, but it looks like the Sinners went to the school apartments by themselves. We do have Equinox over here with Resilience, though. So we got another fight right on over here. Let's see what's happening between these two. We got Pistol running around. We got Equinox over in here. Resilience going ahead and leaving on out. So there's that. Let's go ahead and see what else. I think the rest of the map looks pretty calm and quiet. I do think that we're going to have our first fight down here on military base. As I said, these two have been dropping on each other throughout this, so I expect the fight coming up. So let's go ahead and head on over to T Games, find out where they are. They should be in the back over at the, oh, they've moved on over to the bunkers area. They're getting the vehicles out here, so maybe they're not going to push up. They are missing one of their players, so maybe they're just going to take that route on over to Novo. So let me go ahead and put that map stream back up there. You are not on that. What is going on there? There we go, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. And I'm going to head on over here, check in on the Sinners, because I do see that the Sinners... Ooh. So Equinox, they're still in this fight over here. I think Equinox might have pushed right up and in, so let's see what's going on over here. Resilience pushed in. We do have Cardi C over on this side. Resilience is down to just a duo now, though. So let's see, where is Saz? Saz looks like he's headed over to get that buggy. And we've got Cardi C keeping an eye across the way onto the Sinners right over there. So let's go ahead and see what else we can see. Hello, Fragger. What's up, monster? We are in match 6. What's up with you, Fragger? Happy Sunday night. Do you have anybody you'd like to check in on? Let me know. We do have a couple of teams that are outside of the play zone. We've got a team over here, green. There you go. Get that screenshot over to the Greek events Discord server. Stay in there so that you can sign up for their next event. We've got T games already coming across. So it looks like both of these teams have rotated quickly on out of that military base. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back up there. You guys can check in on where your teams are. I feel like T games though, they are headed into zones. So I'm going to stick with them for a minute while we keep an eye on the map screen. And they're coming right up and over, really close, almost there. Almost there's in a fight now. Fly like a duck, he was in that fight earlier. Where is almost there? Way up here already. Let's go. Let's head up here and see what's going on. Almost there, Hitman, driving right along. It looks like they're chasing down the Equinox. I believe Molina may be the last one still surviving, so I think he was the last one for Equinox, because Equinox was in that fight earlier. Let me check in on Equinox, see if there's any more that I can find. I don't think Equinox is in here, guys. I think that was it for them. Yeah, they were the first team out. Alright, so now we got a fight with when we were on T games. So let's get on over to T games, because now they're in a fight over here. And this is not clicking. Urza Esports. So Urza, we do have Adrenal down. Let me check in over on Urza, because I only see what are you doing, Mutant? What are you doing, Mutant Grape? Your team needs you. Alright, so let's see what Zeus is doing. Got that shot over towards that OP dip. It does look like Padrino maybe going over to get Patty. Let's check in on, because I believe Patty is the one that's been knocked. Ooh, Patty. Oh, and Lofsy finds him. So now we are just down to Sense. Sense is trying to come up and around, but it isn't a bad place to go ahead and try to get his teammates picked back up. He does have Urza right on below him. He's going to go ahead and use this dip edge, maybe. Not so sure. His teammates may be telling him to go ahead and get on out of there, because he's getting chased. You can see right up behind him. He does have, is that Vortex up there? Yeah, it's Vortex up there taking all those shots right on down him. And there goes Patty and Padrino out. So we have another team out, and we're still only in stage 1. And I think since maybe well, it looks like Vortex is rotating, but the rest of them are coming up onto this push. You can see Zeus right there and Lofsy coming up and around. So now it's going to be a 1v3 up on that ridge line. I'm not sure if Urza came in as a trio. I think that one of Urza might have been taken out. Lofsy in the rock, gonna do the coverage, and the rest of them are coming up through the staircase. But Lofsy, or Sense, is gonna have to watch his head, because Lofsy has that perfect angle right down on these stairs. You see that a lot. Oop, they're pushing him on out. Sense trying to rotate, trying to keep those. Look at this. He knows Lofsy's up there. He's down to 1 HP with all these nades and the mollies that are going off. Lofsy on that over coverage. Here comes another nade right up and in by Zeus. And there goes another team out. So now, let's see. Let me go ahead and put that map screen up there. Let's all check in on where our next fights are going to be. I feel like the Ego Lifters, they're in a rough rotation over here. They're headed right on through several teams. I see the Taco Lovers in front of them, but they just passed another team. It looks like they're going to go ahead and give the give the Taco Lovers a little bit of extra space. They drove right on past TBA, and they're headed over now towards almost there. At this moment, there's nobody here, but we know that Excellence likes this compound, so there might be a fight between them and Excellence coming up in the near future. So let's see what's going on with the rest of this. I think I can scroll in just a little bit more and center that a little better for you guys now. As our zone's getting ready to pop, we are headed into stage 2 now. And I'll go ahead and put that map stream up there for you guys so you can check in on where your teams are. Just about everybody out of the blue. You can see a couple of those teams down at the southern side. And we are still in a lot of water up towards that Severny area. So it might be another one of those shooting range zones. So we'll figure it out. We'll see if we shuffle on over towards that Stauber area this time. So let's see. While you guys check in on that, I want to check in on some rotations. It does look like Deathroot and the Order were pretty close to each other. I feel like I want to keep an eye over here and see what's going on, because Deathroot does... I did get the feeling that Deathroot was trying to just come up and around, keeping an eye on the rotations. No shots fired though. And let me check over on I guess, because I guess looks like they might have come up close to where Urza is. So we might have another fight. We're over here at the Alamo, just to the south of Yasnaya. Looks pretty quiet over here. So these teams do need to shuffle on out. We are going to that northern side, so they're going to have to figure out what they want to do. Kind of feeling that Stauber area right now. I'm not exactly sure what gives me that idea, but you guys know sometimes I just get that gut thing. So we'll see if we hard shift to the east tonight. Go ahead and scroll that down a little better so you guys have a better view of where your teams might be, where the rotations are coming on in. These teams have done a lot of bad review, I can tell. So now, what is going on? Who's this team right up and over here? We got the Order that came all the way across, and the Broken Spirit. And the Order, oh, Morant. There goes Morant out to the Order. We do have Broken Spirits down in that southern Severny compound. Right over there with the secret lab room and the garage. So let's see, the Severny garage compound. I almost expected him to start dancing. Alright, so it looks like TBA headed up and over towards this coastline. They did have a team right over towards them, Deathroot, and we've got Baja keeping an eye on that. And we also have Bones out. Bones is out there keeping an eye on the rotations, seeing where the neighbors are moving in. Nothing really to write home about just yet. Hello, Simplest Plays. Hello, Green. Yes, get your name in that. So Urza did end up in that fight with Excellence. So where is that going on? Let's check in on Zero Mercy. Oh, right when he started to take those fights. But that's more of a fight to let them know that they're there and get some of that maybe initial knock, but more to take care of the gear, make sure that they go into the next zones with not so perfect gear. But this here is a fight. We got Bob from Zero Mercy trying to get those shots. We did lose Ninja already. So let's see, Shikari right behind that rock, and let's see what Shikari's view is across the way. What is going on? Click. There we go. And I see that we got 36 MS, but I'm not feeling it, guys. It got a little bit of lag going on over here. So let's see what else is there. Ooh! Who came up? That was Zero Mercy Tony, but we also have the fight going on down below. So it does look like, who is that? Cardi C. I saw, I lost Cardi C already. So let's head on down to the Broken Spirits, find what's going on. Down here, Cardi C did come pushing up. We got Urza also trying to get these shots right in across the way as well. So now that these teams are getting crushed in, we are starting to get a lot more of these fights. Let's get back up to Shikari. He was able to get on into this fight, into the barn. So let's see what's going on over here with Potato. What you doing, Potatoes? All right. So most of this are just the shots, getting the damage onto the gear type thing, letting them know that they're here. Oh, and here we go. Another fight as Velocity comes right up and in black going down. We got a Nuxify trying to get those shots, and the Nuxify does get the knock right on over here. Tony coming up and around. And just like that, Zero Mercy taken out by Velocity. They did get 2 eliminations, 2 knocks, but they should be a full 4-man team. But they are still pretty close over here to the All-Star Esports. Let's get on over onto the other, or Aether Esports. This is Aether Esports, guys. Apologize. Alright, so Aether Esports still keeping an eye out. I like that Zinc knows that there's a team over there, but he's keeping an eye on the back. I really like seeing this from Aether Esports, keeping an eye on every direction. And we are headed over to that shooting range, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening. Let's check in on... Who should we check in on that we haven't... Let's go on over and check in on straight on Nepal. Spence loves his hovercraft. He's going to be going on in and getting some squishes going on. He's got Alpha 4 Legends right on across, right next door to him. And straight on Nepal coming in as a trio. So it looks like they're going to wrap around Rozhok. They know that there's a team in Rozhok, and Rozhok is aware of the rotation down and around them. So let's see what's going on with this. And while you guys watch this for just a second, I'll go ahead and zoom on in a little bit more. And let's go. Right now, I don't really see anything. Where is Excellence? I keep seeing them on the elimination feed, but I cannot figure out where they are. Let me zoom on out for a second. And they should be up here in zone. So let me find them. I don't see them, guys. Alright. Let's go. Let's see what else is happening. Let me check over. You guys go ahead and check on your map feed. Let me figure out where Excellence went. Oh. Looks like we're coming right up and in onto almost there. So we might have a fight right here at this cube area. Spence, I think he might have seen him right in front of him. Maybe, maybe not. Looks like he's looking at us instead of them. So let's see what's going on. And just waiting for Hope to come up and over across this bridge. Hope knows that they're there. And almost there. They were all in those positions to come across this bridge. Looks like Wiz coming right on through. Ooh, zoom from across the way. Let me check in on the zoom. Zoom trying to get some more angles down on the straight on Nepal. Straight on Nepal is a trio, but now they're down Hope. So now, ooh, Loston is right there, right in front of Zoom. Zoom trying to get those angles right up. So think Spence is trying to get that res off, and then we've got Loston. Let's see what's going on with Loston. Yeah, everybody got picked back up for straight on Nepal. They're gonna go ahead and get on out of there, but now they're getting closer over here to several other teams that have already set up shop on this northern side of Rozhok, and they're looking at the ego lifters that are still in that compound over there. So they're headed up towards the taco lovers as well. So let's get on over here as the ego lifters run right into Taco Bell, Taco Lovers. Taco Lovers taking over this hilltop compound. They do seem to call this home quite a bit, so most of these teams should know that the Taco Lovers are there. Alpha 4 Legend right on over here. Looks like they're trying to push the ego lifters out of the compound. Looks like Hund driving right up and around. And he's got his teammate right at the top, and I'm surprised Sandu had that view, but Alpha 4 Legend came right up and in already with them. So Alpha 4 Legend down to just a duo now. We do have Dizzy still in here, and ICT. ICT was a top fragger last night. Let's see what they're going to do. It looks like ICT's going to go ahead and push right up and in onto it as Dizzy drives right in there, trying to get the distraction plays, and Sandu falls for it, but he also knocks Dizzy out of that. As Dizzy tries to get the distraction, he is distracted alright, but he's going to be able to get that res off, and I believe that Sandu may be able to pick up Honda as well. Oh, Sandu came out and around. Look at that! Sandu pushed out, got the 3 eliminations over onto Alpha 4 Legends. Gonna be able to pick up Hun now. We're only in stage 4. We are still headed over towards the shooting range area, so let's see what's going on with it. We still have TBA to be announced coming in from that north side. We've got the Death Route coming in from the west. Death Route does gonna have to come through Urza and Sinners on their trajectory at the moment. We've got Aether Esports over on the east, the Broken Spirits northeast. They are all needing to come on into this zone. Most of these teams are already right here on the ring, though. They're not pushing into center zone at all. But center zone is nothing. It's trees. Let's head up over towards TBA Bones. Let's check in on what kind of fight we got going on. We're at the shelter area just to the south of that shooting range. Let's go. Looks like we're headed up over towards, let's see. Ooh, we got a whole lot of mess going on here. Let me see if I can figure out what happened. We got TBA in a fight with the Death Route and Urza Esports right on over at the side. Oh, and let's go. So let's see, where are they coming up? Here's Excellence. I finally found Excellence. Let me see who's still over here. Let me check in on Gamma. There we go. Excellent. Bomba Boy was taken down and out at some point. I did see the elimination feed, but I could not find them. So now, here we go. Sinners in a fight with Almost There. Let's see, are they on this? No, they are not. So let's get on over to the zone and find out where the Sinners are in this fight. They're right on the, and I can't click on to anybody. I'm having issues tonight, guys. Alright, so Sinners, let me check in on Scare, because like I said, Scare was a top fragger last night. Ooh, Scarface getting out of that shot just in time. Scarface, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I caught that. I'm sorry. So we got Vampire that's going to be able to get 666 picked back up, but we do have Straight on the Plow. Hope he's the last hope of Straight on the Plow coming right up and in onto Taco Wednesday. Taco Wednesday is right on over there, but he's got the Sinners at his back and Taco Lovers out the way around him. Wednesday right on over onto this side, but Wednesday gets taken down by the Sinners. Taco Bell taken out, and we're down to Tuesday and Thursday over here. Now let's go back on over to Hope. Can Hope survive this? Oh, he's gonna, woo! The spray out of the first buggy, but 666 coming on through and doing the tire squish, guys. Tire squish. Alright, let's check in on Aether Esports over here. Team 11. Trying to get those shots right on down onto the Broken Spirits as the Broken Spirits come up and around into the Taco Lovers. And look at Shikari. Shine driving right on through. Shine doing a good job on the scouting, but not so good for his Porsche. His Porsche has seen much shinier days. They're going to come right up and in onto the Sinners and Taco Lovers. We already have the Taco Lovers here. We've already got the Sinners here. Let me check in on Tuesday. Tuesday, I think, is the last one still remaining, but we do have 3 of them from the Sinners right next door in the same compound. So now you can see that we've got 4 teams right here. We've got Aether Esports, Sinners, Broken Spirits, Taco Lovers. So 4 out of 5 teams are right here. And then we've got TBA up on this northern side, just driving up and around. So TBA taking over that zone. The rest of these teams do have to get on into zone. So there goes Broken Spirits. We're down to the top 4 teams. And now here comes the push over onto Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday does know that Aether Esports is out there right behind him as well. Tuesday trying to figure out which is the most imminent threat. Which are the sinners coming right up those steps. Throwing that nade and gets taken out by the sinners. Taco Tuesday does get Scarface, and here we go. We've got the mortars going right on off, and I think that's by Aether Esports Bones coming right up and in onto all this. And we're down to the top 3 teams. And if you notice on the map down below, TBA had this whole northern edge of the zone, and they pushed down to the southern edge to gatekeep the teams coming out. Keep them from entering the zone at all. Bones on a mission. Bones is just coming up, getting all these knocks. And right when I said that, I'm so sorry. Bones goes down. Let's check in on Baja. Baja over here shopping at the crate, getting some of that level 3 gear. And we are down to just Sinners now. Sinners 666 versus the rest of TBA. So let me go ahead and put this on over here. And I couldn't do it fast enough, guys. Could not do it fast enough. TBA coming in first. And would you look at these points? We've got, ooh, that's a lot for me to count today. 17, 20. Is that 20 eliminations? 10 placement, 30 points for this very first Miramar of, Erangel of tonight. I told you I had my cappuccino, but my brain is just shut down today, guys. To be announced. Esports coming in first. Sinners coming in a second. We've got 12 eliminations. Aether Esports coming in third with 3 eliminations. At least I could use my fingers for that one. Here you go. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. 16 through 18. And 19. Going all out to be announced. Esports Bones, 8 eliminations, 680 damage. We'll be jumping with Bones when we come right back for match number 7 of 10. Don't forget to write in the chat, green, get your screenshot over to the Greek Events Discord server so you can get your name on tonight's Wheel of Name. We will have 2 Wheel of Names. Shout out to Greek Events and Simplicity Gaming for sponsoring tonight's UC giveaway. If you could hit that like, I'm struggling, guys. Just let me know. Let me know that you got my back. I'll be right back. I'm not sure who Straight Outta Nepal was able to find. It does look like Straight Outta Nepal. I have a couple of them knocked as well. So let's see. We've got Spence down, and I think Loston is going to be able to come up and get him. I do think that, and we do have Hope on that rotation, trying to get out and around, and Wolf coming right up and in. Hope gets found down to about 5 HP as Wolf is coming through, trying to get back over to his team, and Hope gets knocked. So now Wolf is trying to come in and across, but Hope is taken out. Spence and Wolf both down to about half health. Let's go on over and see what's happening as the order on both sides of Loston, and here they come. And Hope heading on, or Wolf heading on down. Wolf gets knocked. Spence gets knocked. Sorry, Wolf is in the back. Loston trying to get those shots. So now Loston gets knocked, and so now we are down to just Wolf. Wolf is now against all of them from the order. The order, I think, are now down to just a duo with themselves. Yes, they're down to a duo, so keep an eye on that. Our zone is getting ready, so I'm here now. LAGOP. We do have several teams that are still out in the blue. We got Velocity, Broken Spirits, Urza Esports, and Equinox. They are all up there to that northeast side by T Games. T Games is still coming in. It looks like Taco Lovers are up there in a fight now. So let's head on over to the Taco Lovers and find out what's going on right over here as they come up onto Alpha 4 Legend. Taco Bell, our last match top fragger, getting another knock. Let's get on over here because it does look like we lost Tuesday along the way. Wednesday is right on over here, close to Alpha 4 Legend, coming up and over the hill. So now he's trying to get those angles right on down as Taco Bell is coming up on the other side. Hui K getting sandwiched between the two of them. So let's check in on what Hui K is doing. Hui K paying attention to Taco Bell. Taco Bell, oh, there goes Ken. And so now we are down to just a duo for the, it is, oh, did they, LEG? I see, okay. Well, they'll figure it out. So, let's see what's going on up at the top. We do have, it looks like Hui K trying to get out there, trying to get to that vehicle. It's going to go ahead and smoke the vehicle, trying to get over to it, because he knows that Taco Bell is not too far behind him. Taco Bell, and now here comes Equinox also coming out of that blue. We are over here in the blue as everybody is trying to rotate. We are going down to that Leone's area. Let me go ahead and put that map stream up there really quickly for you so you can see where your next zone is. Taco Bell. Taco Bell now trying to get out of there. He is getting pulled up on, oh, the seat swap. And it was Hui K. Hui K that was able to get that elimination. So now we do have Taco Thursday and Taco Wednesday. They are both still in here, but they are now surrounded by Alpha 4 Legend on the one side, and we still have Equinox over on the other side. And I think ICT, Hui K have gotten back together. Oh no, I think that was, yep. So now Taco Lovers down to just Thursday. Thursday is over here by himself, but he is sandwiched now by two of the duos. Let's see, Master coming right up and over on that edge line. So a little siphon coming down and through. And it does look like Taco Lovers is getting pulled up on right over here by Alpha 4 Legend. They are coming up. ICT throwing that nade. Oh, what a nade. Right on to Thursday. So Alpha 4 Legends taking out the Taco Lovers. What's good, Green? Hello, Bragger OP. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, let me go ahead and put that map stream up there, guys. Let's go ahead and figure out where our next fights are going to be, because I see that we got a couple of clashes going on. We do have the Broken Spirits by Zero Mercy, and we're starting to push into Leones. So I see Velocity. Velocity is coming right up here behind Equinox. So let's see what's going to happen. As we do have Nuxify in the lead, trying to, look at this, he is going for it. He is trying to get those eyes over onto Equinox coming into this zone. So just barely missing that. And we still have, look at this, we still have Urza Esports up in that El Azahar area as well. Alright, so we have a second. Let me go ahead and put that up there. I'll try not to leave it up there too long so I get yelled at for that too. Alright, I think Excellence is coming right up and over here. Let's check in on what Excellence is doing over here. We do have Wag Chris and Blasphemy this time, but they are in this northern Leones area. You can see that Northern Leones also has the airdrop. Look at this. We've got teams already circling around to that north side to be announced, and Equinox did come right up and through. So I think to be announced is going to come right up here into excellence. You can hear them all the way around wagon, trying to get those angles right on down on top of to be announced. Let's check in on. I'm Bob over here, and Koba coming. I think they're just on the scouting mission, trying to figure out where everyone is. Let's get on down to almost there in a fight now with two other teams. We got two teams right here on top of them. We've got we've got the All-Star Esports, and it looked like we had another one not too far away, but now off that screen. So I think Carnage should be able to get on out of there. It looks like the rest of his team trying to make sure that they cover for him, as the All-Stars are right up on that ridge line above them. Doesn't look like the All-Stars are going to be able to get him. There we go. The Sinners were over here as well. I thought I saw three teams over here. Let's check in on the All-Star Esports. Looks like Lay was trying to chase him down, trying to get a little closer, trying to get some. Oh, yeah, definitely get rid of that wobble van and get that buggy. Me too. Alright, let's go ahead and put that map stream back up there so you guys can check in on where your teams are. We are headed over to the eastern side of Leones. We've got Leones and all the mountains that are just over towards that edge. So I see that the order is not too far away from Urza. And I think Excellence is getting ready to get into that fight again. Let's see what's happening with Excellence over here as they're coming right into the palm trees with Velocity and Nuxify. And Nuxify has been knocked, and so now Chris trying to get on out. And Chris is able to find Quack, the shotgun, taking down the Quack. So now let's see what's going on with the rest of them. Let's see where Xenon, right when I was trying to click on over to you, gets that nade up and over, is able to get another knock, and now I think Excellence is down to just Wagon up at the top. So let's see what's going on with Wagon as he's trying to cover. Though we do have Blasphemy. Blasphemy is still out and around over here, may be able to get over and pick up Chris, but we got Hui K also trying to get those shots right in and across. So now let's see, Zero Mercy coming up right behind Alpha 4 Legends. So here comes the Exfoliator. We're going to be able to cover their tracks a little bit, but Zero Mercy did come up behind all of that and was able to get some of those eliminations as well. Let me check in on Hui K. The last one still standing for Alpha 4 Legend. He is just going to be able to get over into this compound called the Longhouse's home. Let's see, Tony not too far away, paying attention to where he went, but I think they are going back over to where all the rest of this fight is going on, and he sees Blasphemy coming right up in. Blasphemy trying to hop on out, and I think that is it's a Wagon. Now the solo player for Excellence coming up and around over here by the Broken Spirits. The Broken Spirits up on this mountain already, trying to make sure that they've got the sight lines. So while you keep an eye on that, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this map a little more, get you guys a little better idea of where everyone is. And there we go. You can see that the eastern side of Leones is really starting to pack on in. And the rest of the mountains, they're not too far apart. You can see Urza Esports taking up a lot of real estate over on that far east side. But right on down below, we've got to be announced right next door to Team 14. Team 14, let's check in on what is going on with the duo over here for the Ego Lifters. The Ego Lifters, ooh, there goes the Hund. So now we're just down to Sandu, but we also have not too far away Team 11, Aether Esports, and I do see a knock over onto one of them for to be announced. Bob is now up to 4 eliminations, and I think we should be able to pick up Baja. Baja is outside of that zone. Yeah, he's going to be able to get picked back up. Kova able to do that. So now our zone does pop again, and we're going to that south side of Leones. The southern hills right on down below. Velocity getting taken out by Equinox up on that north side. So where do we want to go? Let me go ahead and put that map stream up there. Might be the last time that we get to really check that out for a few minutes. Let me check in on the Broken Spirits. Trying to come up and around these southern hills. So we are getting ready to go into stage 5, the stage of anarchy, and we do have a bunch of teams that are already tucked into these hills, right into this ridge line. He may end up on a wagon, and we do see that there's 2 solos over here. We've got Hui K and a wagon, and I think is Wiz. Yeah, Wiz is over here as well. Let's see what's going on. And Hui K, look at this. He's got got all sorts of them around him, but I think Wiz is about ready to get pulled up on. Wiz, an anchor in the zone already. The rest of his team knows not to come on in just yet because they got Urza Esports right across from him. Zoom gets taken out by Urza Esports right across the way as they're trying to make it into zone. And that, I think, was Zayn or Zoom. It was Zayn right across the way that was able to find Zoom coming into the zone. Alright, let's go ahead and scroll on in. We still... Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Odyssey of Champions. We are headed into match 7 of 10. We're going into Miramar. We don't have the scores just yet, but I will show you the scores once we get them and get everything back in order. So sorry about the little extra I hope your day has been amazing. I hope yours was too. LEGOB. So yeah, I hope that we'll get back into the swing of things, get a little less bumpy as we go along through the rest of the night. We have 4 matches remaining until we crown the champions of the Odyssey of Champions with just 4 matches out. And as you remember, the Sinners were coming into today in first place, but they only had a gap of about 8 points, if I remember right. So the Sinners, if they want to get that #1 spot, they got 4 more matches now. So 5 matches today. Whew. Alright, so let's go. They should be starting pretty soon. Let me check and see. Ooh, we're even after all that, we're still missing 2 teams. We're missing Team Secret Ways 15 and the All-Star Esports Team 17. So we're missing them, but they've started it, so we're going to be rolling on in. This time we're going to be jumping with TBA Bones, 8 eliminations, 680 damage. So let's get into this game. Let's find Bones, give him some screen time love. That's not what I meant to do. Let's go on over to this one. There we go. As I said, I'm struggling a little bit. Thank you for all of you that stuck around through the extended intermission. Sometimes things are as they are. So let's go ahead and find TBA Bones. He's right at the top. Surprised I didn't go all the way to the bottom looking for him. There we go. And at least we know where he is. TBA coming into this one as a trio. Oh, there we go. Baja coming in, making his grand appearance. Locking. Oh, Wagon, we be throwing. Come on, Wagon. I'm trying, man. All right, Wagon. Come on. You got this, Wagon. I believe in you. All right. So, oh, is this it? Yes, it is. We got time too, guys. Let me go ahead and put these scores on up there. And coming in first, the Sinners, still with 87 total points. TBA with that winner chicken dinner, making a two winner chicken dinners throughout this event at 76 points. Almost there is 66. I'll show you these after this match, so let's get on into the match. We're coming in from that Impala Island all the way to the east and headed all the way to the western wasteland wall. Going just to the south of Impala, over the top of Las Leon. We got Chumacera and Bahia del Mar along that pathway. So let's go. As I said, if you miss those scores, I will put them up again at the start of the next match. We should have the scores coming out of match 7, not 2. So there we go. Struggling. I'm struggling too, Wagon. I am too. Alright, so let's see what's going on. We've got Broken Spirits going all the way up that eastern coastline, but they've got T-Games right behind them. We've got the fight again between Straight Out Nepal and the Order in Impala, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Let's see where TBA goes. Order already getting Spence down over in the Impala area. So let's see. Let's just take a quick look and see what's going on between the two of them. And where is Spence? I no longer see Spence, so I think he's been eliminated completely. We'll check in on that, but let's first keep an eye on that flight path. And you can see that we are going to that northwest side. So let's head on over. It does look like TBA has Team 7 not too far away, but they should be just fine. So let's get on over here and check in on this fight between Straight Out Nepal and the Order. Morant was the one that was able to get that elimination. I see somebody. What is this? I'm not sure who Reflex MVP is. We did lose Spence. Let's check in on Loston and our last hope. Straight Out of Nepal. Oh, there he is right up on top. He does have those views. He's got that angle down onto Morant and JC straight across. And here you can see we got another team coming right up and in. Look at this. So now they've got a third party. That is T-Games coming in. You can see Padrino and Patty. Both of them are right on over here. So now let's go. Let's see what's going on. Conquest trying to get those angles over onto Hope, but Hope was able to spot that out pretty quickly. Hope's still up on top. He does have the Vector with the extended clip and a Tommy gun, but no helmet. No helmet up on top of the church roof. He's got the view, but not the gear. So I'm not sure what Hope's going to be able to do. And Loston is now pinched between the two different teams. Look at this. We do have T-Games coming up and over towards the top, towards the north side of, or would that be the east side of Loston? There we go. Oh, he was serious. Me too. Me too, LEG. I'm serious too. Alright, so Loston, watch your back, because now all 4 of them from T-Games are right on over here. Woo! Loston able to get Morant down, but you gotta watch your back, Loston. Watch your back. Let's see, does Hope see the other team that's coming in just yet? And Order finds Loston. So now the Order down 2, but here comes T-Games, and Hope, I think, just realized that Hope, let me start over. That T-Games has come up in right behind where Loston was. Hope is going to go ahead and try to get on out of there, and hopefully he can, but he does have the two teams right on down. And Patty was able to get that elimination over onto Loston. So letting them know that they are now 2 of them. And I think Morant might be able to get picked up. Is he getting picked up? Nope, he is still bleeding out. Let's see what's going on with the rest of them. We still don't have many helmets over here. I'm noticing a lot of these players without any gear over here in Impala. So let's see. I see another fight on the elimination feed, but we'll stay here for just a minute because I feel like Straight Outta Nepal is coming up and around, and it looks like I guess is in that fight. So we'll try to catch that fight in just a minute. So where is Hope coming up and around? Yes, he did. He came up and around, coming through, almost there. And I guess, look at this, right up on top. Oh, Hope is able to get another one from the order, but Hope is a solo. Hope is now trying to get on out of there. So now Velocity Lynx has been it. All right, I will check in on Lynx after we get a slowdown in just a minute, because we do have another fight going off. Looks like for right now, though, I guess is and almost there have pulled apart. So T-Game's now over here in that fight with the it is now just down to Straight Outta Nepal against all four of them from T-Games. They came right up in T-Games. PT7. Oh, Hope trying to come up that hill right into T-Games. T-Games taking over Impala, getting a couple of the eliminations from the order and the one from two from Straight Outta Nepal, actually. All right, let's get on over. It looks like we've got some chaos over here. Let me see what's happening between Resilience. Oh, Excellence. Let me check in on Wagon. Feeling my pain today. Let's see what he is doing. He's got M249 pointed straight up at Molina for Resilience. So let's see. That's not what I wanted to check in on. So Molina is on our thumbnail tonight. He is the second one from the right, if you're curious. So let's just keep an eye on him. It looks like Bomber Boy headed right up and over onto Molina. So let me check in on Molina, because he's got to hear that. Oh yes, he does. He hears him. He hears him coming right up and over. Can he stop the push by the Bomber Boy? But he does have Wagon. On that angle from the Grays, and now we also have another player not too far away from Bomber Boy also coming up and along. Looks like Bomber Boy getting out of that vehicle now, trying to push up on his feet right over here onto Molina. Ready for that with the S12. Ooh, Molina is able to take Bomber Boy down. So now here he goes. Ooh, the drive-by Excellence. Gamma taking him down, and now Cardi C is the last one still standing for Resilience. Resilience is trying to get on out of there, but look in your mini map above. Here comes the Taco Lovers. No, Cardi C is going to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. Gonna have those views right on down on all of the chaos is about ready to break out if the Taco Lovers decide to come on over in third party this. Let me go ahead and put that map screen up there so you guys can figure out where your teams are, because you can see that the Taco Lovers are right here behind Cardi C. We'll see if Cardi C can get out of there, because the Taco Lovers did hear this chaos. And if you look at his mini map right here, you can see 3 of them from the Taco Lovers getting all the way around. And we also have, looks like Excellence may be coming up. So Excellence gets knocked by the Death Root. So we've got the Death Root over here as well. Wagon, you are in the middle of chaos right there. And I can't even close in on this map yet, because we still have all these teams that are along the southeast edge. Urza Esports still down by Puerto Paraiso and south of Puerto Paraiso. We've got teams still over in Impala, because Equinox decided to go through Impala. So that was the 4th team in Impala. T-Game's coming on out and through. Zero Mercy is in a fight And Bones. Bones. Look at this. We even have TBA over here as well. TBA Bones, our last match top fragger, getting a knock over onto the Taco Lovers. 2 knocks onto the Taco Lovers. Bones. Who are you? Someone tell me. Someone tell me quick. Alright, what else is going on? I have my suspicions, but the outfit doesn't match. Chris! Chris. Alright, so guys, let me go ahead and put that map back up there for you. Get some ideas of what's going on over here. Let me scroll on in. Doesn't look like anybody's really on top of each other, but we still have Urza all the way down by Puerto Paricio. We still have T-Games coming on in. We still have Equinox coming up that far east side. Now we got the fight between Deathroot. Let's see. Deathroot, I think, is down to a solo, but Deathroot looks like they're pushing right up and in onto Excellence now. You can see Excellence right here in his mini-map as he went driving on by, but now he's headed up towards almost there, and all the rest of the chaos that's going on further north with TBA and the Taco Lovers. So look at this, Absence about ready to find all of them all of them on this north side, which is not the calmest area. We're headed still to that north side. We are still going all the way to that north wall. Looks like we're going to drive straight up and into TBA. And look at this. Bones right at the top of that. Bones is probably not going to appreciate somebody coming right up and in onto his church. And he does get a little bit of it. The damage onto Absence, but the mollies are coming up and in, and now he's going to come up and over right out. Oh! Came right up and over and gets Kava. And then that nade bounced right on past him, right on down and through. So now, let's see. Absence. This is Deathroot facing off with TBA. So now, almost there, finding Excellence. There goes Chris and Wagon. No. And Gamma, almost there. Zoom. Alright, so now we do have Absence still trying to hold off the push by TBA. I'd switch over to the last match top fragger, but it is a 1v4 here, so I want to stay on the one side of the 4, and we still have these teams all the way over onto that eastern edge, so I can't zoom it in any further yet just for you guys. But now here they come, all pushing right up and in, and one down with the S12. That flick on the bob, and oh, Bones with that DBS, and Kava's gonna be able to get him picked back up. They are still a full 4-man team. Let me go ahead and put that map stream up there for you guys. And we do have quite a bit of, we got a lot of real estate between these teams. It looks like we still have the, look at this, we still have the teams going all the way up that eastern side, hanging out over here in the blue. So we, right now, all the chaos is going on all the way around TBA. We've got Aether Esports, Velocity, Ego Lifter, Zero Mercy, almost there. Woo, they are all right around the TBA team. Our zone's getting ready to pop, so I'll go ahead and leave that map up there. I still don't want to zoom in because we do have the 2 teams all the way out in the blue, but we are headed into stage 3, so the blue's going to start pushing these teams on in, and we're going all the way up still. Going to that La Cabrera area. I feel like Velocity is going to be our next team coming up and into this fight. Looks like Team 11, Aether Esports right in front of them, so they're not too far away from Shikari, Zinc, and Ninja. You can see them right across the way on the rotations. Anuxified, just missing them in that scope. So let's see. I think they need to, yeah, they've got a long way to get on in. This whole southwest edge. Look at all these teams over here in the southwest. They all have to push on in. And I can zoom in on the map down below just a little more now that some of these teams over here in the blue are getting closer. I'll put the map screen up. And the Ego Lift is driving right on past in front of Nuxify does get some damage over onto Zeus, and then we've got Aether Esports in a fight with the Ego Lifters. Let me see that's right on over here. Let me check in on this. The Ego Lifters Hun trying to dance his way through, trying to get out of that butt, Senpai. And Zeus, are you the last one still standing? Last one still standing for the Ego Lifters. Jasra down. And so now the sinners are in the fight with the broken spirits. Where are the sinners? Where are the sinners? They are all the way over here in La Cabarria. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit and get onto a team that's over here. So the broken spirits down a player over here, right next to where the sinners are. And don't forget that the sinners are in first place, and they are working to keep it that way. We still have that team all the way up in that northeast side, so I don't want to zoom in just yet, so that you guys can keep an eye on where your teams are. If that's your team rotating in, you can keep their progress on the mini map down below. And I think that is it for the broken spirits going out to the sinners. So now let's see. Hello, Sandy. Let's go. Alright, so the sinners up to 4 eliminations, already getting into La Cabarria, but you can see that we also have TBA already coming on down, and a lot of these teams coming. Ooh, Velocity getting into the fight now with TBA. Let me go over to Bones, because Bones is doing some more damage. He's already up to 3 eliminations, going through the map right in front of us. Alright, so now let's see. It looks like they're headed straight up and over onto Team 11, Aether Esports. Aether Esports does get taken out of that vehicle, but here comes Kova. Kova coming right up and over. Aether Esports also has one of them knocked. Zero Mercy finding Lynx. Oh, I forgot Peanut. I was going to check in on Lynx. I promise I will check in on Lynx the next match. I completely forgot until I saw his name. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's see what is happening with Aether Esports. I don't know why we're still on over here. So Senpai. Senpai's up to 2 eliminations. They are still coming up on that backside of TBA. It looks like we've got TBA back up onto his feet. Bob right on this backside, but Baja still trying to push up and over, trying to chase down the Senpai right on the other side of this ridge line, trying to cover for his team, finding Jad right on down. Ooh! And Shikari! Baja blasting! Alright, so now let's see what's going on. Baja up to 2 eliminations, and look at that, he's got Senpai right in front of him. I think Senpai may be the last one still standing. Senpai getting pushed right up and over on by. There we go. Senpai gets found by Baja. Kova, uh-oh. Kova. We're gonna get him picked back up, but we gotta get into the zone, guys. And now let's get on over to T-Games as they're coming up and in onto Alpha 4 Legends. Alpha 4 Legends trying to come on into zone, and neither are T-Games. So they are still trying to push into zone, and they also have Odyssey Esports taking the shots right on down on top of them. TT7 up to 2 eliminations. We do have full 4 players up for T-Games. Don't forget that they came through Impala, taking on the fight between the Order and Straight on Nepal. So now let's check in out ICT right on over here. So Fly Like a Duck finding Hui K. Hui K, where were you over here as the Equinox coming all the way up and around the eastern edge? Finally coming into zone, so now we can actually scroll on in and get a better view of where everyone is. There he goes. So again, these teams are going onto that ring. They're doing the edge plays. They're doing the edge sweeps, trying to get those players coming in from that blue. And Equinox being one of them. Look at this, riding that blue wave all the way into zone, into the north side of La Cabrera. So let's go. The rest of them, let's head on over here too. Let's check in on Urza Esports right on over here. Zero Mercy in a fight as well, but we do have this fight right on top of each other. Zeus, look at this. They are all just coming in right on top of Team 16 T-Games Esports. So this looks like it's the main fight at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and stay here. Let me see if I can zoom in on this map. We are headed over to the eastern side of this zone now, up into those crater fields, the southern side of crater fields, all those hills, the ridges. I should have said the northern side, sorry. Southern side of La Cabrera. Alright, so we got 4 teams in La Cabrera that need to come up the hills. And there goes ICT for Alpha 4 Legend. So now, let's see, Baja blasting. Let's get on over. He's not on this side of the map just yet. So let's see what's happening right on down here. Fly Like a Duck is flying on over to Rondo. So we do have all 4 of them almost there, trying to get those shots up onto TBA. All 4 of them in this. They are up to 8 eliminations. And now let's check in on what Wiz is doing across this way. It looks like Wiz is trying to keep his back clear, but here comes Bones coming right up and over right in front of Wiz. So now let's see what's going on with the last match top fragger as he's coming right up and in onto almost there. And Urza Esports at his back. Look at this, right across the way, the Punk Boy. Alright, so while you guys watch that, let me zoom in on this map, make sure that you got all your players on in here. And I'll put this map screen back up here for one more time. Might be the last time that you guys really get a good chance to see where your teams are at the moment. Alpha 4 Legends in a fight with the Sinners, and it looks like Zero Mercy coming right up and in, does find one of them from Zero, or from TBA, to be announced. That was a mouthful for me. Struggling, guys, struggling. Let's check in over here on Alpha 4 Legend Dizzy. It looked like he had somebody right on top of him. So Dizzy finding Scare from the Sinners. Now the Sinners are down to just a trio over here. But Scarface finding the mutant grape. So is the grape gonna be able to get picked back up? No, the grape is juice. Alright, so now let's see what's going on. They are still right over here with T-Games. So now here comes the Sinner Vampire, the Punk Boy. Oh, T-Games tired of all this going off. So now Zeus right on the top side is getting pulled up on the other side. So let's see what else is happening. We have 7 teams still in this, and Cardi C, I think Cardi C just got another elimination, trying to come up and in onto this chaos. Let's get on over here, find out what the Zero Mercy. Almost there. Zoom trying to come up and over, trying to get some of that information. Comes right up and in. Ooh! Oh, who got you, Zoom? So Tony got you, Ninja got Zoom, Hitman. What just happened? We are now into stage 6, and our zones are getting smaller. There goes almost there. We are down to the top 5 teams. 2 teams in zone. We've got T-Games in here. Right on top of Urza Esports. Urza trying to get... Oh, there's that finish off. So now we still have T-Games over here with Alpha 4 Legend, Resilience, and Zero Mercy. They're all right up in here. You can see that Padrino is all the way in that back, but all of T Games just taking over the top of this ridgeline, and I think Tony's gonna go out to zone. Tony is the last one still standing against him, and he's trying to get on into zone, but he does not make it out of the blue zone. T Games Esports coming in first with 9 eliminations. Zero Mercy coming in second with 10 eliminations. And Resilience coming in third with 2 eliminations. Let me get that off of there for you. There you go. So, there are your scores. Let's go. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15, 16 through 18, and 19. Going all out. Zero Mercy. Tony. 6 eliminations, 1,088 damage. So we'll be jumping with Zero Mercy going into match 8 of 10. It will be Rondo. It will be Chaos. And we will have the scores going in to be shuffled in Rondo. Be right back. Don't forget to get your screenshots over to the Greek Events Discord, and I will be right back. I have a lot of teams in that southeast edge of Leones. They have not left the Leones area just yet, so now it looks like Zane's gonna go ahead and rotate, but we still have the Hitman over here. Almost there, still over in this. Uh-oh, here comes the blue. So now they're gonna have to push up that side of the hill up into all these teams. We also have the All-Star Esports up there. Looks like Hitman gonna get the Uber coming up, and as the All-Stars are gonna try to stop that Uber. And look at this, Tony from Zero Mercy just driving along, trying to get those angles, trying to figure out where everybody's rotating as well. Might get the right switched on over, so now they do know where Almost There is coming in, trying to stop Almost There from pushing up onto the All-Stars. Tony down to about 5 HP, and look at his health already. We are in stage 5. Stage 5, you got to get into zone. You cannot play out in the blue at this stage, so let me go ahead and zoom in on this map just a little more. And welcome to the stage of Anarchy. Let me go ahead and put that up there so you guys can see that no one is really in the zone. Everybody has to come on in fully wrapped around the outside of the zone. From the north to the south, east, and west, we've got teams spread out everywhere. So now, look in the mini-map right above, you can see that even on Tony, there are several teams right on top of them. We got Urza right across from. Let's check in on what's happening with Urza coming up on this backside onto the All-Stars. The All-Stars trying to push up the hill right up and into T Games. T Games at the top of the hill. Look at that. We can see Pedrino all the way. Or Patty. Patty is right up here. Trying to get those shots down onto the All-Stars. Right on down. And Pedrino getting a knock. Does find one of them. Let's see, where's Pedrino over here? The fish in the barrels from the sight line that they've called home. Only Patty is in zone 4T Games. We also have the Sinners already tucked into the apartment buildings right over there, the office buildings, whatever you want to call it. We do have the fight that's going on right on down below. So let's get on over to what is happening with Aether Esports. Aether Esports getting pulled up on by the death zone and getting taken right on out. I don't think they're going to be able to get this res off. He may not be able to heal himself yet. It is just too much. We are in stage 6 at this point, so we got to move. We got to get on into this zone. And now Pedrino still trying to uphill from all of this, trying to get some of those shots right on down. Look at this. We've got Equinox and Maddie in the Master, not Maddie, trying to live out this. Look at this, right in his sight line. Ooh, does he see him? He's able to get some shots right over onto him, and he does find him from across the way. So now we are still pushing right up and in. We still have 8 teams in this, and you can see on the map. Let me go ahead and put that map back up there. So we've got a lot of solos at this point because we have 8 teams and only 14 players remaining. So let's see, do we have any full 4-man teams? Yes, T-Games, still a full 4-man team. But half of them are not in zone. Look at this, Deathroot trying to come right up and underneath Padrino. And we also have the backup for Padrino, so he's just trying to get those shots right on down below. And oh, I think that Nate from DT is able to get the Deathroot player. So now let's see what's going on with the centers right on over here in zone. We do have Scarface. Scarface is in zone. Oh, Padrino. Scarface is able to find Padrino right up on that side. So now Scarface trying to run on down. Not gonna be stuck out into that blue. So now let's check in on what the Vampire is doing. They are all right here on the edge of the zone. The other teams are pushing right up and in. We got T-Games coming in from that north side. Excellence. Wagon still trying to creep his way up and in down to the top 4 teams. So now let's go ahead and let's go over to Wagon is in zone, but we also have, let's get over onto Scare because Scare is in zone. And while we do that, I'm going to get the sky view over here so you guys can see that we are on the edge of a hill. So we do have T-Games right up on top of this hill. We've got Team 17, the All-Star Esports, trying to come up on this backside. We've got Excellence, the solo player, and a duo from the Sinners straight on down. So 4 teams left. Lay getting pulled up right on over there, and Lay knocks him right on out of that buggy as they came right on by, and Since gets knocked from above. So now they are trying to push up this hill, so I'll go ahead and keep it like that because that is pretty much your zone, but we are still trying to get our players back up. We are on Scare as he's coming up and over the top, but we do have, let's see what's going on with Patty right on over here. As here comes the rest of them right across the way. Does Patty see Scare across from him? And Wagging, ooh, down to 1 HP as we've got Since right on down below, also trying to get those shots. Vampire, Sinner Vampires able to take out Excellence, and we're down to the top 2 teams. So we've got a duo from the Sinners and a duo from T-Game. Only Scare has some health to him. Since is down. Patty down to about 5 HP, and now Vampire's coming up right behind him, and there it is. The ending of it. So now let me go ahead and take that on off of there. Sinners coming in first with 12. Everything's super slow tonight. Come on, loading. There we go. Alright, Sinners. Scare, there he is. And nope, that's the wrong one. Alright, Sinner Scare on the map one. Map is up there. There you go. Oh, are we? I think we got that. Alright, there we go. LAGOPOB. Ah, the beautiful Rondo. The chaos of Rondo. Alright guys, here you go. And your flight path. We are coming. Oh, we got double flight path. We got some chopsticks going on. We got a north to west, and then we got an east to west. All the way. Looks like we have a few of the hot drops that these teams like to go ahead and drop on in. So all of these flight paths should be able to get these teams over to where they want to go. Plus we've got a lot of these recall centers that some of these teams can't quite get to very fast. So let's see what's going to happen. Looks like we've already got one from team. Why is this? Nothing is working. Team 14. The Ego Lifters headed on up to that recall center. So I feel like the Ego Lifters are getting ready for that first battle. And look at your team clusters going over to Danqing. And the test track should be pretty busy. We've got the Neox factory. We're going to have a couple of teams meeting in the middle there. So let's see what's going to happen now. Let's just see what we can see, guys. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Let's get that off there. There you go. And we got the Sinners over here with straight out of Nepal. So let's see what's going to happen. I think we still have Scarface going off. Ooh, lost in right there. Was able to get that. So now Sinner 666 coming right up and over. We also have a fight between Almost There. So now let's see that nade right up and over. Hope coming in. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? The Sinners coming in first with 93 total points. Still with that one winner chicken dinner to be announced. Esports at 87 points. 2 winner chicken dinners. Almost there. 2 winner chicken dinners coming in with a total of 81 total points. So we still have Rondo to totally shuffle this leaderboard, plus another Miramar and Erangel to round out the finals day of the Odyssey of Champions. We haven't started just yet, so let me go ahead and show you the iPad. Let you see that we still have a couple of blank spots. We got 3 missing teams this time. So we lost Team 15 Secret Ways, Team 17 All-Star Esports, and straight out of Nepal. So I'm not sure where these teams are, but I'll go ahead and put the scores back up there. We are on hard start, so we should be starting fairly soon, and I will jump back on over to that when we do start. So all sorts of chaos, but we are headed into Rondo, and as you guys know, Rondo really shuffles this leaderboard. Alright, here we go, guys. We're headed into the Rondo match. This time we will be jumping with Zero Mercy Tony for the second time in finals. 6 eliminations this time, 1,088 damage. Tony has been putting in a lot of work for us. Let me go ahead. Let me check to make sure we are on that. The Odyssey of Champions. Let me get this off my screen. There we go. And go ahead and do that. We are set up for that. And let's go ahead and find Tony now for Zero Mercy. Headed into a match 8. So there we go, Zero Mercy. And over onto this side, Zero Mercy. Let me find him. If I can find him. There we go. And whew, you guys missed it during the break. My sister's cat that likes to come on through and purr for you guys. Tried to hop up here and purr for you guys and knocked everything off my desk. That was fun. Good thing we had the extended little break. Alright, this time for Rondo, we're coming in from that western edge just to the north of Funtung and going all the way across the top side to that northeast edge just to the south of Hamay Town. So several of the hot drops right down below where these teams like to go. I'll keep this up there until we start seeing some chaos going on. You guys should know by now how this all works. So let's see. It's all chaos. It's Rondo. Let's see. It looks like almost there. Jumping with a solo. Oh, my mutant grape getting ready to get landed on by the ego lifters. So there we might have a fight right on over here that could be rough for Urza Esports. Looks like we've got a couple of teams headed over to Yulin. We've got the Taco Lovers and Velocity both landing there. We got a huge cluster over that test track. So that's where we're gonna go, because I feel like these teams are coming on in. Look at this. We have 90% of today's lobby just dropping right on here. Tony hitting onto that Uzi. Oh, but he gets found by Aether Esports Ninja taking him down and out. So now Potato, we're just gonna stick on over here, and our first zone is to the central east area. Let me go ahead and put this up here so we get an idea just where everyone is. Look at that, the Neox factory, guys, the Neox factory, the test track. We have got teams everywhere. Let's go ahead and zoom on in just a little bit, and so now you guys can see the chaos that is going on over at the test track Neox factory. I'm going to zoom on out, take this off, and we're going to get over into the fights. We got Velocity in the fight with the Taco Lovers. Let's see, where are they? I don't see either one of them over here, so let's see who's got an elimination. We already know that Ninja had an elimination. Let's go over to Alpha 4 Legends. They are over here in the factory. So now Neox factory, as you can see in the mini map above, there are several teams. They are stacked on top of each other. We got the Death Route up on top with that, where they like to land. They like to really take over the rooftop, get some of these shots down into the Neox factory, plus pluck away at the ones that are outside, run into these outer edge compounds. So now let's see. Looks like Equinox. What is going on? We have so many fights going on. I wish I could find the fights, but there are so many people over here. I don't even know where to go. We the hoe for I guess gets taken down. Let me see if I can find Velocity links for Peanut in my chat. Let's see, where is Velocity? I thought they were over here. They are with the Taco Lovers, actually down in here. That's right. I'm sorry, but we will try to find them. Who do you think's gonna win? Oh, I don't know. The Sinners really want it, so I feel like the Sinners are doing a good job keeping the points going. They are being aggressive. They're being smart. So I don't know. We do have the Taco Lovers creeping up onto them as well. But we've got to be announced just points away. They are within 5 points and 2 winner chicken dinners. So let's check it over onto Alpha 4 Legend. Who he came. Just got to knock. He's down to about half health. Who do you think's gonna win, Fragger? Tell me now. Who do you think's gonna win? So Hui K does find another one, but it looks like Dizzy is doing a lot of the work over here. Dizzy coming right up and over onto the Broken Spirits. He knows that the Broken Spirits are right outside there. Look at this, going right on through, but Broken Spirits, Foden's been able to find that. So now let's see what's going on with Foden, because Foden is up to 4 eliminations. They are clearing out the Neox factory as a trio. Look at them all working together, coming up and around. Hui K right on that backside, jumping right on through that window. Does get a knock. He gets the knock back over onto Shining Void. We ended up over at the recall. Let's go back over to Hui K and find out what Hui K is up to. He's up to 3 eliminations. He's the last one still standing for his team, so he does have to get over to that recall center. So now we do have what's going on over here. Let's see if we can find out what's... Oh, Chris goes out. And TBA though. So TBA up to 3 eliminations. All 4 of them are in it. They're just a few points out of first. So now where are the Sinners? The Sinners, where did you guys go? The Sinners are being quiet in Jadina City, which is really surprising. But now look at this. The Neox factory is in the EMP zone. So now the Neox factory, you can see that T-Games is starting to come on in. And they're not going to have much luck driving those vehicles up and in. It looks like we're getting a little more quiet. We still have Alpha 4 Legend right on down below. You can see the EMP zone that's getting ready to hit. We do have Zero Mercy up on this edge as well. So let's check in on where Zero Mercy is. He's outside that EMP zone, so he's not too worried about it. But now Resilience is in a fight. Let's get on over to Shikari. I think Shikari is the one that's taking those shots or being shot at. Might be more specifically. Resilience right on down below. Let's go on over and check in on Madian. Ooh, Madian trying to get on over there. Saz throwing some of that smoke, trying to make sure he can get there, but almost there. Wolf coming up and around that edge. Wolf may run right into Aether Esports, because Aether Esports, look at that, he drove right past Aether Esports. Oh, there we go. All 4 on the floor, so there we go. Hui K gets taken down now, and it looks like Wolf is going to go right up and over onto his team, and it looks like Zero Mercy Bob is getting pulled up on now. Zero, oh, maybe not. Alright, we're starting to slow down a little bit. And Deathroot having some issues with the vehicles as well. We got another EMP zone up in Muhao Pan. Oh, guys, I'm slaughtering these names. Please don't be offended. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is going on with the rest of this. There's the fight. It's right on over here. Let's check in on Aether Esports. Ninja Jad does have 3 of them from Deathroot right on the outside of them. I think this is the time where I can put that map up there to give you guys an idea of where your teams are. We are down to 17 teams at the moment, 59 players, but I'm sure by the time these players get over to the recall centers, we will have more than 59. And I guess does get knocked, so let's get on over to Absent. Let's see what's going on with him. It looks like the Deathroot is getting ready to push right up and in onto Aether Esports. He's got that. Ooh, look at that. He's driving right up and in. He is not scared at all. Here comes the nades. Nades out and over. Oh, he can see your gun right out that window. Does he get him with that nade? No, he does not. He gets out of that nade range just in time. And our zone shifts back to the west, so we are going very central, guys. We got several teams that are on that edge, but I don't see any out in the blue at this moment. Not even the recall center blue zone. So, oops, finger sticking to that. There you go. Try that one last time. Alright, so now let's see. We do have one more player over here. He's on the outside. And Urza Zeus in a fight with 2 games. And here comes another one from Aether Esports coming right up and around. I think he's going to go ahead and head on over to the recall center. So now, where is Urza Esports? Urza Esports with T-Games right on in in that EMP zone, and we didn't click on the right players. So let's check in on my mutant. Great. It looks like T-Games are in a problem. They're having a trouble over here. I think all 4 of them are right here on this recall center. Plus, we've got Odyssey Esports on the outside. That EMP helping this team get all 4 of them back up onto their feet, because all 4 of T-Games are in here. We're down to 52 players, and who is that across the way? It is Sense. So Sense is over here getting those shots across onto Urza Vortex. Ooh. Oh, Sense with that 4-time spray. Alright, so let's see. What else can I show you? We got another fight right up on here. They got the Ego Lifters, Sandu going down. And T-Games right again. So now let's try Taco Lovers. See if we can click onto them. Taco Lovers clearing out. Oh, the EMP zone. Who is that just left? It was the Ego Lifters. Let's get on over here to Zero Mercy. Zero Mercy on the other side of the hill. From that. Oh, excellent. Slabama Boy right on down there. Let me check in on what is going on. Chris getting some tire splatter. Gamma coming right up and in onto Tony. Tony on that outside taking out Bama Boy. So now let's see what else is going on. Where is Wagon coming on through, trying to get some tires splattered. 2 of them are down from Zero Mercy. Zero Mercy, both of them over here are not. And Ninja headed back over to the recall center. He's just on the edge of the zone. Might be able to get his teammate to pick back up and back in, but not too far away from, I guess. So Excellence does have to watch out for the teams at their back. And we are headed over to the Neox factory. Let me put that right on up there for you guys to check in on your teams. We are down to 16 teams, and I feel like Resilience is the next team that's going to be in this fight on over here. Madian does get sprayed out of that. The order coming right up and in, and we're not too far away from the Broken Spirits. Let me check in on where the rest of these teams are. Where did Velocity go? And where is Velocity? Where are you? Velocity, Team 7. Oh, I see. Alright. So let's go. Let me check in on what is going on. We are again. All of these teams seem to really like. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize I left that up there. Sorry. There you go. All these teams seem to really like the edge play in this tournament, I've noticed. A lot of them doing that edge. The edge sweeps. Oh, Aether Esports Zincs. Look at this. We got, I guess, 2 of them going on out. Hello Gaming, like and subscribe. Yes, please, guys. If you could help us all out, hit that like. Let's spread this tournament out further onto YouTube. It helps all of us. Lets people see the tournament, see your plays. Thank you. Alright, so now let's go. It looks like I can never keep up with these fights. These guys just are non-stop fighting over here. T-Games still all 4 of them up. They're up to 8 eliminations, and they're just not too far away from the Taco Lovers, but the Taco Lovers right on over here up to 9 eliminations. Tuesday did have TT7 and Patty right there in his sights. He's at the top of one of these AFT towers? I can never remember. Air traffic control, whatever, AFC or ATC. I'm telling you guys, I've had a rough day. Alright, so now let's check in on order, because the order does have, I think, who is that right on the outside? It is, I guess, on the outside. They do have to get on into zone. This is stage 3, but this is stage 3 of Rondo. And so some of these teams, like the Equinox all the way down here. They need to hurry up and get to zone because this zone is really going to start hurting very quickly. So let's get them into that zone order heading on in. And we also have I guess still coming up, and I guess was paying attention to the order, but they do have another team that's right behind them, the Equinox 70 watching. Thank you, Fragger OP. Alright, Fragger, who's winning this tournament? You need to tell me. You haven't given me your prediction yet. You haven't told me. Let's check in on TBA, because TBA is coming up and in. They want that first place as well. They are up to 6 eliminations, and they've got the ego lifters right down there in front of them. T Games again onto the order. So let's get on over to T Games and the order, see what's going on right on over here. The order down to just Conquest. Conquest coming right up and in. JC, the last one, still standing all the way across on the other side, trying to get those shots across onto Padrino. Padrino right in front of him, and you can see that they are coming up and in. JC trying to stay out of the spray because he's getting sprayed down. And let's go. Let's see if he can get any of his teammates picked back up. We do have Sense right on down below him, trying to get those angles up the hill onto him. So he knows that they are right on down below. Just getting out of that nade zone. Look at that. Padrino coming up into that nade. Oh, and JC had that nade ready for him. Padrino going down to his nade. And now the backup nade tried to get the elimination onto Padrino, but Padrino does make it. Now JC trying to get the shots across onto TT7 using the Terraform dip to try to get out of that. And he may not have time. Oh, he's not going to have time. This is Rondo. You cannot be out in the blue in stage 4. So now T Games do lose Padrino, but they are up to 11 eliminations, and we are still pushing right on in. It looks like all our blue zone players are out of that, and they're headed ego lifters. Look at that chaos over in the southwest edge. So now let's see if we can get on over here. These teams have to get into zone as well, and I guess is pushing up into the Equinox right here in front of them. And we also have the Sinners. The Sinners are trying to come up and into this as well. They want some of this third party. Nismo trying to get those shots around these corners. Yes, here comes these Sinners right up and around, and Nismo on that wide wrap is able to get another one, but Nismo is the last one still standing for, I guess, and Sinner Scarface goes down. So now, ooh, the Equinox Master up to 3 elimination. And we also have Bomber Boys right on over here. We got 2 Bomber Boys. How is that possible? And then we got Scarface getting picked back up over here. We lost Scare. Vampire getting that res off. And 666 getting those nades right up and over. But they're going to have to hurry up and get out of this fight. They got to get on over to zone, because they could go out to the zone if they don't watch what is happening. Master right there on that edge. And 666 coming right up and in with that 12. S12. And now Taco Lovers in the fight. Looks like they are going to go ahead and get on over to the zone now, guys. Let's go ahead and scroll on in and check in on what is happening right over here with the T Games and the Taco Lovers. We're down to the top 6 teams. I can scroll all the way in, because you can see that Equinox is all the way down in that southwest corner. So now let's go. Let's check in on what is happening right on over here with Tuesday and Thursday right on over here. We did lose Taco Bell, but we are up to 11 eliminations right on the other side from T Games, headed on over to Thursday. So now let's head on over to our last match, Top Fragger. So Ooh, the mortars. No, these are the Doritos from the sky. It sounded like the mortars, but they do have to get on in because they are on the far side of up and over this edge. And Thursday's not part of that push. Let's see, it is Tuesday. Tuesday coming right up and over, trying to get those nades right on down. Closing on in. It's the Sinners. The Sinners are the ones that are getting the shots over onto TBA from all the way across on the other side. Let's see what the Sinners are doing over onto this side. We still have them trying to push on into zone. They've got T-Games right across the way. Patty right in front of them. 666. You got that tunnel vision. Watch your back. So now Vampire also right over onto this edge. They do have to push up and in. And they do have TBA not too far away. It looks like Baja still trying to come up and Baja going on down. And now Taco Wednesday finding TBA. So let me check in over here. We're down to the top 4 teams. And we've got all the Doritos. We got all the dips, but they are not in zone. So let me get on over to Patty and let me show you what this zone is. We got a hill separating out the 4 teams. We got T-Games on one side of the hill, Sinners, and almost there, Zoom the solo for almost there. Taco Lovers. We got all the Doritos from the sky coming in. Wednesday pushing right up and in onto T-Games. T-Games coming up and over TT. We're down to the top 3 teams now. We got Taco Tuesday still in this with T-Games and the Sinners. So the Sinners in first, TBA in second, and almost there in third. Those were the teams coming into Rondo. Sinners are really trying to keep this going. So look at all the emergency covers already taken over, but the Sinners now have to come up and in onto T-Games and Taco Tuesday. Oh, Scarface coming right up and in, but now look at this. We got TT coming up right on the other side, trying to get those shots over onto Taco Tuesday. Are they going to come up and in? No, they are not. Let's go ahead and put that back up there. There we go. So Taco Tuesday trying to come up and in. We still have Patty all the way in the back. Patty the only one in zone. The Sinners riding the blue wave in. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday going out. So now it is just down to the Sinners. It is 666 versus... Ooh! Whew. That was fast and furious. All right, 17 eliminations, 10 placement points, 27 total points for T-Games coming out of Rondo in first place. The Sinners coming in second with 8 eliminations. The Taco Lovers coming in third with 13 eliminations. G top 3. Let me get that off of there for you. There you go. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. T-Games Patty, 7 eliminations, 908 damage. So we will be right back with the leaders, the scoreboard, match number 9 of 10. This is the Odyssey of Champions, day 2, the final 2 matches coming right up. Please hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to get your green comment in the chat, your screenshot over to the Greek events. Get it into the giveaway channel. They are giving away $10 worth of UC tonight and $10 from last night. So make sure you get your name on the wheel of names. Shout out to the Greek Events and Simplicity Gaming for sponsoring tonight's UC giveaway. And I will be right back. Let me get this set up. Match number 9. Get that on there. There we go, guys. And be right back. And so now 666 is the last one still standing against the duo from Straight Out in the Paw. You can see Wolf right there. We've got all sorts of chaos. We got, oh, he didn't even move. So now let's see what else is going on. Let's head on over here and find out what's happening. That's not what I meant to do. Come on, click. Why is nothing clicking? I don't know if I'm lagging, guys. I'm sorry. So now, Aether Esports right over here, not too far away from the Taco Lovers. The Taco Lovers also in this compound. You can see that they're right across, almost there in a fight with Secret Ways Urza with the All-Star Esports over here at the track. Now, let me see if I can get that off of there. There we go. And they're over here at the Neox Factory track area. So let's see what is happening. We got Alpha 4 Legends right across from that. I can see Hui K and ICT right up on top of the factory, trying to get those sites over onto Urza Esports. And now let's see what else we can see. I think there are 2 teams down here. No, there's just the one team over here. Looks like Velocity might be in trouble. We got a couple teams over here. Let's check in on Resilience. Yes, we do. We've got 4 teams over here. So Resilience. Oh, here comes. Here comes. I think that's what I guess. We've got. Ooh, we also have Equinox over here, and Resilience Saz is trying to get on out of there, going right on through that window and out the other side. We also have the Ego Lifters right across the way. Sandu trying to come out and around. You can see that we got Zero Mercy over here. Zero Mercy. Potato trying to get those shots at jump shot by Ego Lifters, and the Honda's gets taken down, but we did lose Tony in some of this. So now the Ego Lifters still right on over here. Equinox getting that nade over onto Madian. So let's see, where is all this going on? We got Equinox. Look at that. Siphon just kind of squeezing his way right on through that roof window. You gotta look at all the loot though. Taco Lovers in the fight with the All-Star Esports. Ego Lifters finding Ninja from Zero Mercy. All I can do is read off these eliminations because it's all out chaos over here. Let me go check in on Idaho. Weedaho right over here in the fight, trying to get across over onto it, but staying out of those nades. He does have a nade himself in his hand, but he hasn't pulled the pin on that. And then he's getting ready to pull the pin right over onto Saz. Saz is getting pulled up on. He's the only one over here that I see at the moment. Oh, he's going for the gas can. He's waiting for that push up those stairs, and we still have 4 teams over here. So Lost in the Sinners, they found them again because it looks like the Sinners came down onto Straight Out in the Paw for a second time. Alright, let's see what is going on with Spider-Man right on over here. Looks like we're quieting down just a little bit, but Spider-Man does have Equinox right on the outside of where they are. So let's see what's going to happen. I think I can put that map stream up there for you for just a minute. Hopefully you guys don't come at me for having the map stream up there, but right now the elimination feed is pretty quiet. There we go. Alpha 4 Legend getting into the fight. Almost there with Aether Esports. You can see that we also have another team coming right up and in. So that team is Team 16. Team 16 also coming in. Urza Esports. I'm not sure where all this is going on. Where is Urza? Oh, they were over at the test track. I knew that we were watching that fight a little while ago, but we do have We do have T games coming right up and in, but they are over here in the EMP zone. So now I think he's headed up and around to try to get over to the recall center. So we do have another fight right on down here. The order Moran AFK, and we are just gonna go ahead and drive him right on over there. But the rest of his team was over here with the death root. The death root coming right up and in. Oh, death root gets taken down. So now the death root's gonna go ahead and get picked back up. And so now what is happening with Zero Mercy right on over here? Zero Mercy with T games on the other side of the tankers. So we also have Zero Mercy up on that ridge line trying to cover for the rest of the team that's right on down here. So now what is happening? I don't see any more T games. So let's go ahead and find out where the rest of this chaos is going. Let's go over to the Ego Lifters. The Ego Lifters still in this compound over here. Try and look at this. We still have all these teams right here in the city. And Zero Mercy Bob pulling up onto, I guess. Let's get on over there, find out what he is doing. Oh, he is driving away, guys. So now let's get on over to, I guess, find out what's happening, because it is very quiet at the moment with all these teams. Look at your mini map right up and above. We still have T games trying to get all these shots and angles right over into this compound. And we're here at Danching, guys. So let me get that. Oh, Sandu. Oh, Sandu popping his setup, trying to get those shots across onto the other one. And Sandu does get taken down flat like a duck, driving right up those stairs, trying to get over here, trying to get some of the eliminations in this third, fourth, fifth, sixth party, whichever one you want to call it. But we still have T games circling around the outside of this, and we still have, look at this on your mini map, we have so many teams right here on top of each other. We have 4 teams here, and they all look like one dot. And Resilience coming right up and let's get on over to Saz. Saz is able to get one of the eliminations. So now we still have T games, and Saz is paying attention to T games, because T games is making themselves known right out that window. TT7 right on the other side, trying to get him to poke his head on out. And what is happening down below? Zero Mercy just on the outside of that. So let's get back over here into what is actually happening. So Idaho coming right on down. Ooh, Spider-Man taking out Saz. Saz pushed right up in the ends because these teams are still crushed in here. So let me go ahead and fix the map while you guys keep an eye on this. And come on. Everything's so slow. Can't really get everybody in just yet, guys, so I gotta keep the map all the way out. But I'll go ahead and put the map stream up so that you guys can check in on what's happening. It looks like we're gonna have another push up these stairs from, who is that right on down below? Oh, look at that. Sandu from the Eagle Lifters able to find Idaho across the way. Spider-Man coming on down, as we do have T14, the Eagle Lifters coming right up and in. Eagle Lifters trying to get around that edge, and Spider-Man goes down. Who found you? I think it was one of them from T Games. T Games still on that ridge line, keeping an eye on all this that's going on. And Patty is over here also trying to get the shots across the way onto the centers. And now, so now, let's see, Patty has vehicles going all the way around him, and we still have all these teams in Danching. So now let's see, where is Scare, our last match, top fragger, trying to get those shots across the way on to Patty. So Patty was down to about 5 HP. So let's go. Let's see what's going on, because we still have T Games holding down that recall center as well. The center's now getting surrounded by T Games, and you can see that the EMP is about ready to hit the center. So even if they want to drive on out of there, they are going to get hit with that EMP. Our zones are getting ready to shift again, so let's see if I can get off of these teams. Yes, they're all pretty much over here, because guys, you cannot be in the blue zone in Rondo. Alright, so our zone does go up towards that test track area. While we have just a minute, let me go ahead and put that on there, and you can see that we still have teams out in the blue. Plus, we've got all these teams that are fighting currently in the different cities all over the place. We still have 18 teams alive, 65 players. Ooh, Patty's straight across from the center. So now let's get on over and find out what's going on with the rest of them. Padrino going straight for that recall center. As I said, they were already set up on the recall. So now, what is going on? And we got, I guess, coming up and through from that south side, the death route coming up. Taco lovers coming up over here towards straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal. Look at this. Tuesday watching Spence on that rotation. Let's go ahead and check in on what Hope is doing. Hope, you need vehicle. Running through Rondo is not ideal. So now let's get on over to Velocity. I can see that Velocity is getting a rotation right out and around them. I think that's the Broken Spirits coming in from that north side. They're right over here by the basketball hoops. So let's go. Let's see what's happening with the rest of these teams. We still have a lot of chaos down here by the centers. Let's check in on what's happening with the centers. And we'll check in on the last. Oh, and look at this. The push coming right up and in by T Games. T Games being super aggressive. Hello everyone, and welcome back. It looks like we are not going to have these scores just yet, but we are headed into match number 9 for the Odyssey of Champions. We have 2 final matches for tonight. We are headed into Miramar. Let me get that map screen back up there. This time we are jumping with T Games, Patty, Hex, 7 eliminations, 908 damage. So as soon as the scores come up, I will put them up on the screen. But they are putting the scores in, doing them all by hand, making sure that they are all right. And let me check in on T Games. Peanut, if you are out there, I promise I will try better. I will try to do better and get Velocity links up on the screen for you as soon as possible. I haven't forgotten. I just can't catch up tonight. It's just one of those nights. It be one of those nights. Thank you everybody for coming out and supporting this brain dead person. Here we go, guys. Match number 9, Flight Path. We're coming in from that southeast edge of Puerto Paraiso and going all the way across to that northern side of La Cabrera, west of the Oasis. We're going over the top of Minas Generalis graveyard area. I see in the Del Patron just to the west of water treatment, east of La Cabrera, west of the Oasis. There you go. So we're jumping with T Games Esports. Still waiting on those scores, so like I said, as soon as they come up, I will get them over to you. Whew. What's your prediction? You still haven't told me, Fragger OP. What's your prediction? I still think the Sinners are working hard. I still think. But TBA is creeping up. So TBA, they had a lot of eliminations over in Rondo. And I'm excited to see what this new leaderboard looks like. Alright, so we've got several teams that are pretty separated. Nothing really jumping out. I do see Aether Esports on a really wide split over that power grid area. That's kind of surprising. But they're not going to be contested anywhere. I do see Excellence right there with, I guess, Excellence may have some issues. Wagon, if you're out there, you got, I guess, jumping right on top of you. T-Game's going all the way up to La Cabrera. They do have a team with them. It is Velocity, Peanut. Velocity, your Velocity is right here with T-Games. So let's see what's going on. Patty going all the way back to the back to try to get that vehicle most likely. And Velocity all the way over there, still flying on down. There you go, Peanut. They are far away from T-Games. Here is your links, Peanut. I will check in on him later, but let's check in on where these fights may be going on. Let me put that map screen back up because I don't really see anybody on top of each other. We're down to 16 teams. Some of these teams not showing up. So we got Order taking over Impala straight out of Nepal. Did not come into this match. I'm not sure if they're having issues getting their seats filled, but they were coming in several of these matches as a trio tonight. So maybe they just missed the jump. So let's go. We got T-Games taking all over La Cabrera. Look at that split in La Cabrera. They've got all angles all the way across. Anuj with 20 gifted members. Thank you, Anuj OP. Come on, chat. Who's ever out there, who's ever getting these memberships? W Anuj. I want to see W Anuj in my chat. Looks like, I guess, Nismo is getting ready to get pulled up on. Look at this. He's surrounded. Surrounded by Excellence and Gamma coming right up and in. So now, I guess, it's down to just a duo. Weaho and Spider-Man. We're in that farm just to the north side of Leones. And as you can see, well, you can't see, I didn't realize it, but we are bouncing all over the place with our ping. So sorry about that, guys. Alright, so Excellence coming in, all 4 of them ready. We do have 2 Bomba Boys in this match, which kind of surprised me when I saw it. Anuj, thank you. Even the Mutant Grape, my Mutant Grape got a membership. Velocity Links, Peanut. Velocity Links. Oh no, TBA. Bones gets knocked through all of that, but Velocity Links was able to get that knock. Ghosty, let's go. I think TBA will still, I'ma keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I still don't have the scores out, guys, so I will give you the scores when we get them. TBA, guys. TBA is working hard. They are already up to 4 eliminations. And they were only out. They were less than 5 out going into a Rondo. So where are the Sinners? The Sinners are down in El Pozo, not too far away from where TBA are. I see another clash going on. Let's head on over to Almost There. Almost There, right on top of, I guess, the duo from I guess is having some serious issues. The Spider-Man all the way up here with getting surrounded by Almost There. All 4 of them on this outside throwing the bombs, coming on in. Peanut, thank you. I'm so sorry I couldn't get to links fast enough, but I will try to catch him again in tonight's last name. Oh, in last match tonight. I'm sorry, Peanut. There we go. Anuj OP. Fragger OP, it was Anuj coming in with 20 gifted memberships. Anuj OP, Zero Mercy in the fight with Deathroot. So now let's see where this is going on right on over here. Let's check in on what Zero Mercy are doing. They are in the garage over here, just to the west of Impala. Deathroot getting picked apart by Zero Mercy, and I think that's the last one for Deathroot going on out. Taco Lovers in a fight now with Equinox. Let me get on over to the Taco Lovers as they pull right up and in over here onto the Equinox. Let me see what's going on. Equinox, the other one with the Bomber Boy. Look at this. The Bomber Boy right here. He is getting an elimination with this DBS, putting into work onto the Taco Lovers. So the Taco Lovers coming up and in as well. So Bomber Boy going right on through. Bomber Boy number 2. I'm not sure which one is 1 and which one is 2. Oh, Bomber Boy through that window. Fly like a duck. Fly like a duck. I'm out of here. He's got the Taco Lovers on the outside, and they are still coming up and around. There are 2 of them knocked for the Taco Lovers. And Tuesday down to 5 HP, but the Taco Lovers lost Taco Bell, but they're up to 4 eliminations on that push, but they're not too far away from Aether Esports. I do think that Aether Esports are going to try to get some of these third-party. Bomber Boy on Equinox's boops, by the way. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Ghosty. I just noticed we had 2 of them in here. Alright, so I think the Taco Lovers might be okay. Ninja Jad does have that uphill sight line down onto him. Now let's check in on this map. TBA went to clear out ruins, but there's no one over in that ruin. They are the only ones outside the zone, so they gotta come on in the zone. The rest of them already set up in this zone, but we are only in zone 1. Taco Lovers trying to get those shots up the hill, so now they're gonna try to take out. Ooh, what a shot by Ninja Jad down onto that wobble van. And we got Zinx over here trying to get those shots over into the smoke trails all the way out there. TBA Bones taking out TBA Bones. So they gotta go ahead and pick Bones back up, but it looks like the Taco Lovers. Ooh, the Taco Lovers using the terrain. I thought they were getting ready to come on up and around. They may be trying to get those angles. They may be coming up. See, I'm not so sure. It looks like they're gonna go ahead and take over the Hacienda compound right in front of them, but T Games right there in front of Tuesday, and Tuesday is driving around in a smoking mobile. The Sinners came up and over to get into that fight onto Aether Esports. So now the Sinners know that they've got to get some more points because they are not that far. They've got TBA creeping up on them, so the scores are really starting to get close between these top 3 teams at least. At least the top 3 teams, only a few points between them. And there's money and the land, money, honey, you know how that goes. Alright, so now let's see what's going on with Aethers. They are getting pulled up by the Sinners. Aether Esports down to just a trio. Ninja Jad gets found right after we got off of him. So now let's check in on Scare. He scares me. Alright, let's go. I'm going to go ahead and keep that here because Aether Esports here's that. But look at this. TBA is still all the way up in the ruins. I can't even scroll on in just yet, guys, because we totally missed that rotation. So let me go ahead and put it over that way. Scare down to about 5 HP. Vampire has been knocked. We still have 666 over here trying to get those nades down onto Aether Esports down below. T-Games with another knock over onto Fadden. So now, all these top teams, the top teams that are wanting some of this money, they are making this game. There goes Broken Spirit. Oh, another knockover on the boy. So now, where is T-Games in this fight? T-Games, where are you? They're over here by the Taco Lovers. So now, let's see what's going on over here. Taco Tuesday getting on out of there. T-Games came up into the compound that we were just at not too long ago. Look at this. And now they are chasing Taco Tuesday. So, we've got all of this chaos over here. With almost there coming up onto Zero Mercy. We're over here in the crash site of La Padita. So we've got Excellence, Hello Wagon. You're right over here by Zero Mercy and almost there, all the way along that western ridgeline across from Zero Mercy that's taking over the eastern ridgeline. And now TBA is coming on in, so we should be able to get some of your map back on here. Let me put this map screen up here. We still have the fight over here between the Sinners and Aether Esports. So now Zero Mercy still in that fight. Sinners finding Senpai, and I think Aether Esports is down to just a solo. No, they still have two of them in here. So we got Zinx over here, and we got Shikari as well. So I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get on out of there. We do have one of them from the Sinners knock, though. Sinners still in first place, trying to get their teammates picked back up as of going into Rondo. So looks like we finally have TBA coming on in. Let me go ahead and scroll that on in just a little bit more so you guys can see where the chaos is, because we've got a couple of them over here that are all right on top of each other. So I'm keeping an eye on the Sinners in this fight with Aether Esports. Almost there, Zero Mercy. It looks like Zero Mercy might be pushing almost there out of La Petita. We were just looking at that just a minute ago. I think you can see that above here. And Excellence is still right there. Excellence in center zone doing just fine. Our fight is right over here to the north side of Chicago. And we do have TBA coming in from that water treatment. TBA may end up here in some of this fight eventually if they keep coming on down. Baby Tang clutching it up. Doesn't Baby Tang always clutch it up? Shikari is down to about 5 HP. Let me check in on Shikari. What is going on over here? Shikari is the last one. Scarface coming right up in the end. Get that 6 times off the Abacan. They're coming right up into your face. Get that DBS out. Get that nade out. Get that nade primed. Woo, here he goes right up and in, but Scarface already on that backside. Shikari doesn't have time to heal up, and Scarface finishes that off. Sinners up to 4 eliminations now. In our zone, we shift to that northwest side of the zone. We're headed up. Picado. We got the Picado Range, San Martin, just to the south, the Hacienda del Patron, and the Graveyard. Most of these teams are over here on this eastern edge. So TBA is going to be coming in onto T-Games, the Order, Alpha 4 Legend, not too far away from Taco Tuesday. And Excellence coming in on that south side. They've got that whole south side range to themselves, but they do have Zero Mercy as their fairly close neighbor. And T-Game's getting ready to get into that fight over here with TBA, as TBA are coming in right behind them. And TT7 saying, follow me, I'll take you straight to my team. And let's see, do they do it? Do they get them to go on over there? I think we are, yes, we are just about all crushed into the zone. We still have TBA coming in and the Order that need to come in. Everybody else is pretty much right there. Hui K landing right on top of Taco Tuesday. Let's see what's going on. Taco Tuesday. Ooh, Tuesday. Alright, I just saw Zero Mercy in a fight. Where's Zero Mercy? What's going on with you over here? Looks like Zero Mercy right on down below. And T-Games since is able to get a knock onto one of them. So now Taco Tuesday finding K. We just saw that. Alright, so now let's see what's going on with Since. Taking those shots right up the hill onto the order. The order is up at the top of that hill. Looks like most of these teams are headed over to the graveyard. Even T-Games, Order, Taco Tuesday, Alpha 4 Legends. So of the 9 teams, 4 of them are over here in this graveyard. No one is on the Picado mountain range going all the way to the north to San Martin. We do have the Sinners getting good close to that, but they're down in that compound, and TBA may end up right on top of them. But let's go ahead and zoom on into the graveyard. Let me put this map right on up here, and we're gonna come on over here and get into some of this fight. So we are all crushing right in over here at the Minas Generalis graveyard area. We do have 4 teams over here. We've got Alpha 4 Legend, Taco Tuesday, T-Games, TT7, Zero Mercy, and almost there. They are all within this vicinity, so they are all within this map range. So let's see where TBA in a fight with the Sinners. Oh, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be big, guys. Let's go on over here. Sinners. Oh! TBA taking out the Sinners. Oh, this is big, guys. This is big. They're up to 8 eliminations. Is this going to change the leaderboard coming out of Rondo? We still don't have the scores, so I don't know how dramatic that's gonna be. TBA maybe taking on over. We still have T-Games over here, though. They are still coming up and over. Not too far away from TBA. T-Games, TBA. This is really getting rough for me to switch on through. So now let's get on over. Let's get on over to that Picado graveyard area up on the hill. Excellence still in that great position, but they've got Zero Mercy still right down below them. Zero Mercy taking those shots right up onto Excellence. Let me check in on Excellence. We're not close enough, so let me switch on over to this side, because now here comes the Order wagon. You've got all sorts of chaos coming your direction. You got the Order coming right up in front of you. You got Zero Mercy right behind you. Keep your head down, wagon, because look at this. We got all of the Order taking over that ridge line right in front of them by that North Leone's farm. Oh, wagon getting found, and here comes Conquest right up and over. Oh, wagon gets knocked by Mormont from the back. Gamma is also trying to get away from. Look at this, the bombs, the red zone coming right up and in, and now they are coming right up and over. I think Chris is getting pulled up on over here. Chris gets the ones onto Mormont, but then becomes tire splatter. So now we're down to just Gamma. Gamma gonna go ahead and take that elimination. We've lost Chris, we lost Wagon, but we are down to Conquest. And Gamma! There it goes. Excellence up to 9 eliminations. Getting crushed in between the Order and Zero Mercy. And you can hear that they still have the mortar going off right behind them. Ghost, why are you exposing me? Because that's what Ghosty does. Alright, now let's get on over here. Almost there. Going out to the Blaze Zone. Taco Tuesday. Look at this. Tuesday. Are you gonna get that fresh, yummy gear? Yes, he is. Why would he drive past that fresh, yummy gear? What are you gonna get on out of there? Are you gonna swap the gun? Look at this. He got plenty of time. The rest of the team's up in that mini map above him. They are not looking at all this direction. He's got plenty of time to shop. We do have Excellence Gamma up in that corner, but they are, let's see, what is going on with T-Games? It looks like T-Games coming up on Alpha 4 Legend. Let's check in on Alpha 4 Legend. Dizzy is the last one still standing. He may be able to get Ken picked back up, but they are all right over here outside of zone. So now let's see what else is happening as we do have T-Games. T-Games is coming up and around trying to make sure that they get elimination. T-Games flying on by. Dizzy doing the C-swap, trying to stay out of that. And then here they come right up and in, and T-Games. T-Games getting that elimination. So now we're down to the top 5 teams. We still have Taco Tuesday and the Zero Mercy. We've got a duo from Excellence Gamma with that clutch, and we've got TBA still in this. TBA Bones, about the only one that is in here. Zero Mercy taking out one of them from TBA, but here comes Patty. Patty coming up and around on the backside of Taco Tuesday. Tuesday right on over here, getting that nade out and ready. Oh, the nade might be right on Patty. Patty does get a little bit of that damage. Here comes another nade by Tuesday. Tuesday backing on up, trying to get some more nades out and over. Gonna go ahead and smoke on up, but now here comes Zero Mercy all up and around. Right on top of T-Games. Zero Mercy coming right up over that edge. Zero Mercy down to about 5 HP. Taco Tuesday, he's got that airdrop and his vehicle. But he's now in the blue, and the blue is eating him up, and he goes out. Who did he go out to? Zero Mercy. And now we're coming up and in, guys. And Gamma. You got him right there in front of you. Gamma trying to get those shots over onto TBA Bones right in front of him. Gamma. Was that Gamma? Yes, it was. Bones finding Gamma. TBA up to 10 eliminations. We're down to the top 3 teams. We still have T-Games down there with Zero Mercy in the fight. So let's get on down to Bob. Bob is up to 5 eliminations. He's the last one still standing against T-Games. And we are down to the last 6 players. Zero Mercy trying to get out of that spray from TBA. TBA once again taking over the whole northern side of the zone. Bones coming up and over, finding him. And right in a cross. So let me get that off of there for you. That's not what I meant to do. Let me get that off of there for you. There we go. TBA coming in first with 13 eliminations. 10 placement points. 23 points. 23 points to add to whatever their score was coming out of Rondo. And hopefully we will have scores going into tonight's final match, which is coming right on up. But Zero Mercy coming in second with 9 eliminations. And T-Games Esports coming in third with 9 eliminations. Also GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, and 16. Going all out. T-Games since 6 eliminations, 721 damage. We will be jumping with T-Games since for tonight's final match, the final match of the Odyssey of Champions. So I should be right back, hopefully with some scores, but tonight's final match. Be right back. last one coming right up in the last match. Top fragger. No, this is since he's up to 4 eliminations. Gonna go ahead and try to get that nade down onto the last match. Top fragger right down below. And now, since it's the last one still standing, 4 T games. Padrino, oh, he gets found by the ego lifters from across the way. And so now we're over here on to be announced. The ego lifters driving up and around right across from Bob here. And I think Honda's about ready to pop his head over the top of that ridge line. And we know that TBA, ooh, this nade, he held off on that. And TB Bones gets knocked right on over here. So maybe we can get Bones in that next one. Velocity getting eliminated or knocked with that nade. Look at that, over onto straight on Nepal. Where are you? Let's get on over here and see what's going on. Nope, we are not gonna make it over there. Let's go into that center zone and find out what's going on with the order. The order right here does have all of, I guess, coming up and around the outside of them. So now let's see what's going on with the rest, I guess. Nismo coming right up into this compound. Look at this. The order is right there. But we also have Spider-Man way up on that ridge line, able to get some of those crops. Yeah, Overwatch going on. And we're still going to that south side of the test track. Let me go ahead and put that map screen up there really quick before you guys yell at me about it. Alright, so we still have Urza in that fight with the Broken Spirits. Let's see, where's that going on? Let's head on down here and find out what's happening with to be announced. Zero Mercy on that backside. Zero Mercy got the nades coming up and over on both sides of it. Oni right there in the Baja Blast. So we still have Resilience over there, and here comes the push over onto Zero Mercy. Potato trying to get the res off, as here comes CBA coming right up and over. And so now, Zero Mercy gets taken down and out by TBA. Center Scare still up on that ridge line. So now let's see what's going on over here. Taco Lovers, oh yeah. So let's see what's happening with the Ego Lifters. The Ego Lifters going right up and around the centers on that other side. So now let's see what's happening. This is where we are at the moment. We do have a minute, so let me put this map feed up there so you guys can see what's happening. I'll go ahead and zoom in just a little more now that we can, and you guys can try to figure out where your teams are. Let's head on over to almost there. One of them gets knocked and I can't click onto him. So now let's try to get on over to the Hitman. The Hitman trying to come up and into zone, just riding that blue wave right next to Urza Esports. And look at this, Alpha 4 Legend, Hui K on that seat swap. That seat swap was so fast and smooth. Barely got to see him, and Link's already up to 4 eliminations. That's a Broken Spirits are coming right up and over that edge. Quack taking down Void, but Broken Spirits is down another player. So let's see, I think that is it for the Broken Spirits. Velocity up to 8 eliminations, but they do have to move into zone now. So let's see, where else is this to be announced? Not too far away from Resilience. We still have the Taco Lovers all the way over on that western edge. Order in the compound in zone. Velocity needs to come on in. We've got Alpha 4 Legend on that north side, Urza on the north side. So let's get on over to be announced. Figure out how they're going to make their way into zone, because they've got the Ego Lifters all there right in front of them, as well as Which is that team? Yes, Resilience also right there. Taco Tuesday getting knocked over on that western edge. Let's see what's happening as they drove right up and in onto the Eagle Lifters. So the Eagle Lifters not too far away from all this. They are right there to the left side, to the west of to be announced. So let's get on over to the the Resilience coming in from the south side, right up and in onto the Sinners. Alpha 4 Legend. And look at this, we've got one right in front of us. And who is this one right in front of us? It is Eagle Lifter Zeus. Zeus, the last one, still standing, getting taken out. Now here we go. The zones, we got the emergency cover Dorito from the sky coming on down, and let's go. Let's see, I'll pop that map stream up there really quickly for you guys. There you go. And let's head over to the Taco Lovers as they're trying to push right up and in on top of all the teams. We've got teams trying to gatekeep them from coming up and in. We got the Ego Lifters right in front of them. And let's see, we got all the emergency cover Doritos from the sky coming on down. Taco Bell trying to get those shots, but he does get found, and now it's just up to Thursday. Thursday is the last one still standing, coming up and cleaning up, and he might be able to get his teammate picked back up, but they are right here on the edge of the zone. He should grab one of those vehicles and drive them up and into that zone. So now, let's, they weren't all down. One of the Ego Lifters popping right on up is able to take him on down and out. But now the Ego Lifters getting found by Resilience from across the way. Resilience taking a look at that, fly like a duck going out, but Marion is able to get the Bomber Boys. And now the Order is getting into a fight with Velocity. One of them from Velocity is knocked. Let's see what's going on. It is Xenon, but we might be able to get Xenon picked back up because we are in zone. So there you go. We'll see here for just a second while I go ahead and try to get, let's see if we can get a sky view, because you can see the Doritos from the sky coming right on down on top of the Order. The Order right on the edge of zone, and they're pulling all of these right on the edge of zone. I'm not so sure that it was a great idea, but they are uphill from all these other teams. You can see that Velocity also throwing the emergency cover sticks, and they're all just putting them up and in our zone. And let's see, it does look like Resilience out in the blue, the TBA out in the blue. And now a Nuxify going down, Hui K going down. I'm going to get off of the Nuxify and see what's going on with the rest of them. Let's go over to the Order. JC up to 5 eliminations, and we do lose zone over here, so they got to move away from the emergency covers. We still have TBA, look at that, in a divot, and so is Sinner Scare, our last match top fragger. He's down in the terraform divot. So now let's go ahead and scroll on up. We do have some emergency covers at center zone though. Look at that, right around Scar front, both east and west. We got a mortar. I just noticed, look at that, and here comes some more of the Doritos from the sky right on down, and does he get any of these from the mortar? And they are going right on over to the Alpha 4 Legend. Let's get this angle as the mortars are coming right on down on top of them. We still have Scar right there in the middle, TBA going out. So Scare down to about 5 HP. I cannot say his name right for anything. Scare back up to full health, but we have all 4 of them from Velocity still in this quack going down, and we've got the Alpha 4 Legend right on over on the other side. Watching them fall right on over as that blue zone that blue zone trying to fall right on top of him. Look at this scare in the barbecue pit, but he does not get burned. I am so afraid of scare. Ooh, who was that? ICT said, here you go. Here's some ICT with that barbecue, and now we are down to just Xenon against the rest of them and I've got Xenon on both of them. Let's go on over to ICT's. ICT is creeping up on the other side, trying to get those shots right across onto Xenon. And the Nuxifies, they're trying to push up and into zone. You can see in that, ooh, Xenon with the 2, and so now who he did, and I couldn't even switch over fast enough. That was over and done. Helps me out. It helps all of us out. Gets us some more tournaments like this one. Gets us spread out into the further into YouTube, so you guys on this stream right here can be seen by more eyeballs out there. So it helps us all. Please hit the like. CLO Gaming, like and subscribe. Yes, thank you, CLO. Alright guys, are you ready to see the scores headed into tonight's final match? Here we go. Coming in first to be announced. 3 winner chicken dinners with 122 total points. The Sinners, 111 with a winner chicken dinner. And T-Games coming in third. 2 winner chicken dinners at 93 total points. Let me show you. We are still loading on in there. So guys, what do you think? I just woke up. Oh, good morning, Roxy. Thank you for stopping by. What do you think of these scores to be announced, pulling ahead of the Sinners? And we are headed into the final match of the entire tournament. So let's get on over to the live stream. Welcome to the Odyssey of Champions final day, day 2, headed into Erangel. So now let's get on over and get T-Game Since. Oops, that's not it. T-Game Since. 6 eliminations, 721 damage. So now let me get him on both these screens, and we're on the wrong screen. There we go. Let me get T-Game Since. Where is he? Let me find him. They've been working hard, guys. Let's give him some screen time love. Let's get on down to him right on over here. Here he is, guys. Your last match, top fragger. Woo! It is heating up, guys. It's heating up. So I thought we were in Team 2. That scared me for a second. I'm like, oh no. Tonight's final flight path, we are coming in from that central north area, just to the north of Severny, going down through the ruins area, right along that western gas station compound, going right along the western edge of some Sosnovka military base. This is the final match of the Odyssey of Champions. We will be crowning a champion very soon. Tell me, chat, tell me, who's it gonna be? Will the Sinners be able to pull it, or will 2 be announced? Right there, we got all sorts of chaos. We've got 15 teams, but this is Erangel. This is the home map for all of these players. They know every dip, every route, every movement they want to take. It looks like Taco Lovers jumping right over here with Aether Esports. We've got coming on in. We got Sinners going over to the school. Oh, this could be rough. They've got I guess, and the Death Route right over at that school area with them. We got T-Games headed down to, T-Games headed down to military base by themselves. So TBA, not too far away from excellence. All right, Wagon, gotta pay attention to your nose side if you're out there. But let's get on over to Taco Lovers. The Taco Lovers are already in that fight right on over here. So let me get on over here and let's check in on what is happening. We do have somebody down in here. I thought I turned that off. There we go. There it goes, guys. Alright, so Taco Lovers still coming out and around. So now, here they come. Ooh! 2 of them from the Taco Lovers are down. Let me check in on what's happening over here. We're down to just Taco Bell. Taco Bell trying to get Wednesday picked back up. And here they come with that VBS. He came right on in. Right into Taco Bell. Taco Bell able to get that elimination over onto Aether Esports. And I do hear footsteps, but I don't see them on the mini-map. So they must be right on downstairs. It is a 2v2 over here for the Taco Lovers. I got all the wrong buttons clicked. That's good thing it's tonight's final match. TBA, with excellence. TBA over here with excellence. Let's get on over here and find out what's going on. Wagon, I told you they were just to the north of you. So now let's check in on what's happening. COVID down just a little bit. Let me check in on Bones. Bones coming up and around. Wagon there, right here on you. Wagon right across from Bones. Bones trying to get those shots across onto Wagon. Wagon getting a 2v1 onto Wagon. And so now it is down to just Gamma. Gamma trying to get those shots across. TBA up to 3 eliminations, and Gamma, all 4 of them from TBA still up. Kova and Bob both taking 2 eliminations each now. Let's see. Let's go one more time back over here to the Taco Lovers. We're down to just a solo Ninja Jad on the other side from Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Oh, that was a DBS 12 gauge sandwich delivered. All right, let's get over to the Sinners now. The Sinners up. All 4 of them still up, but they are now creeping up onto the fight. And I saw another team coming up into the school apartments. Broken Spirits are coming right up and over. So we're going to have 4 teams over here in the school apartments. We do have Death Route. And I guess right across the way, let me check in on the Spider-Man. And look at this. Here comes Foden right around the backside. All Broken Spirits. So now let's see. Foden's stopping. He's coming up to the picnic area. They're going to be taking the third party from the picnic area. So these guys down here in the apartments are going to get the third party. So now let's get over to... Oh, and here comes almost there. This is all these teams are coming right up and in onto the school apartments. This is going to be the slaughterhouse of Aragel. Broken Spirits coming right up and in onto Absence. Absence taking it. And here comes all the fights, all the chaos. Sinners coming out and in. So let's check in onto the Sinners over here. Oh, did you get another one? He's got 2 different teams. Absence clearing it out over here. Let's get on over. We got another fight. We got Equinox coming up and over. Let me get over to Scarface and Scare. They are still. Oh, the chaos, the slaughter, the cemetery of Erangel right here in school apartments, guys. We got almost there. The Sinners, Death Root. I guess we've already lost a couple of teams over here. We're down to 12 teams. And we still have teams spread all over this map. Scar up to 2 eliminations, but we've got Scarface, Scarface down, and Vampire, and it looks like Scare is going to be able to get that res off. So now let's get back over to, I guess, coming right up and in onto Death Root. Death Root's still up in here, so now let's get this nade up and launch Spider-Man, trying to get some nades up onto Death Root. Death Root on the 3rd floor. Death Root is down to just a duo, but Absence, we watched Absence just a minute ago with that pump shotty, taking names on all these teams that were coming right up and in. Woo! Alright, so let's see what else is going on. We still have teams coming on in. It looks like Equinox decided to go center zone over towards that shelter area. We have the Order coming in. Zero Mercy headed over to the school. The Order headed over to the school apartments. We have 2 more teams coming into school apartments. We have TBA all the way over on that California coastline. Velocity, Red Alert. You've got TBA coming on in. Get out of that blue. Get over into zone away from TBA. Alright, so here comes the Order. They are coming right up and in onto Zero Mercy. They're meeting up at the top of the picnic area. Look at this. Zero Mercy trying to get the shots, but here comes the Order up into the picnic area. The Zero Mercy down to just a duo. Now we got Tony trying to get the shots. He finds Mormon across the way. Still trying to get those shots right on down and in. Look at this. We have Absence able to get that nade downstairs onto the Sinners. The Death Route still trying to hold off the Sinners from coming up and in. So now here comes the Sinners, all of them coming up and in. Absence got another nade grinded ready. Does get some damage onto the Sinners. The Sinners using the sticky bombs. We still, right in front of a Vampire coming right up and in. And Death Root going out to the Sinners. The Sinners putting in more points. And now I guess down to the solo Hulin. And there goes Hulin. The Sinners up to 8 eliminations, has 2 more teams right to the north of them. Sinners trying to make back some of those points. They're only 11 points out. We are down to the top 9 teams. They are about ready to start making placement points. And we are barely into stage 2. And so now Velocity just ahead of TBA. TBA is up to 4 eliminations, so the Sinners are not there yet. And now we do have T-Games over towards the shelter area into a fight with Alpha 4 Legends and Equinox ICT. You gotta wait for that car to stop. Let's check in on Hui K. Hui K trying to get those nades up and over onto T-Games. Which way did you throw it? Onto T-Games and to Equinox. Equinox is coming up from the eastern edge, coming right around onto Hui K. Right in front of Hui K. Gets a lot of damage, but does not get the knock onto Equinox. Equinox still right there. Velocity just still coming into that southwest with TBA right behind them. And we still have 3 teams right up over here. Look at this. T-Game still driving along. And now we also have the Sinners. The Sinners are coming up and over. The Sinners still trying to get some of those eliminations down the hill. Zero Mercy taking out ICT. So now Hui K is the last one still standing over here as the Sinners come right up behind Hui K. Hui K getting that nade up and ready to throw on the Sinners as the Sinners come crashing on in. We still have Equinox up with T-Games right on over here. T-Games chasing them around, trying to get those knocks over onto Equinox. Equinox, are all four of you up there? There we go. And look at this, all three teams over here at the Witcher Tower. We do have Hui K from Alpha 4 Legends upstairs. We got Equinox downstairs, and on the backside of this, the Zero Mercy. Zero Mercy also in all of this, still trying to get, woo! I think that is it for Hui K. We still have TBA out in the blue, but the Sinners are coming down and around. The Sinners may end up running into TBA and Pachinki. That would be the final say on what is going on. So now let's go ahead and put that map screen up there so you guys can see where your final 8 teams are. We are in placement points now, only in stage 2, so we still have a couple of stages to go, but I'm not so sure it's gonna be that long. And the Sinners, here it is, guys. This will be the deciding factor. Sinners and TBA right over here. So now this is it. Scare right across the way. Let's see what Scare can do because it is TBA. It is TBA in first place. Sinners still trying to get some of this, trying to get back up into first place. As the Sinners can take this down, they could win it all. But if Sinners go out, TBA will be taking home the money. Oh, Scare goes down. He gets swapped right up and around him. Sinners are down to 666, still trying to use that S12. Oh, TBA coming in with 8 eliminations. Gonna stay on top of the leaderboard, guys. 6 teams left. Alright, what else can I show you? We still have T-Games in a fight over here with the Order. Let's see what's going on at the top of Potato Hill. Potato Hill Order trying to get down across the way. It looks like TBA or T-Games headed over. Oh, they just rerouted. Morant down to about 2 HP, trying to get on out of there, and ooh, flying over the bunkers into that rock, and he does get found. Look at this, he took himself out. T-Games only up to 1 elimination after all of that chaos, and now look at this. Most of our teams, we have 5 teams left. And they are all right over here at the Hilltop compound, just to the south side of the Potato Hill. And we are still crushing them on in. TBA coming on in. We've got Equinox, T-Games, Zero Mercy. We are down to 14 teams, and we are only in stage 3. And here it goes, guys. Here goes the last few minutes of this TBA coming up from that south side. But we've got Zero Mercy Tony getting that nade primed and ready. TBA, look at this. They know where the rest of these teams are. All the teams are right here on your screen. Right in this area to the south side of the Potato Hill. So now let's get on over. Let's find Tony. See what Tony can see out there because they are still right there. Tony, find it. Master right on up out that side. So now let me get on over to T Games up at the top. Let me see if I can give you a sky view of where all the players happen to be. So now, I don't see T Games or TBA. There they are. They're going up and around. It looks like they are herding T Games down off this ridge line. Look at this. They're coming right up in behind TT7. Let me find TT7 at the top of that hill because all of them from T Games are coming right up on top of Potato Hill. And look at this right here. Oh, Bones. Bones just rolling on by. We do have Patty in that background. And TT7 trying to get those shots into there. All coming up and around. He is able to get a knock onto one. Petrino is down. Patty, let's see, where is Patty? Across the way in the pink Patty mobile. So now we still have 5 teams, but Patty headed over towards Pachinki, and Tony is still right there. Let's go over to Fly Like a Duck for Equinox. They are right on down on this other side. Equinox was getting ready to come up and in onto this third party, and we got TBA chasing them down. So now TBA right on behind them. Let's go ahead and show you how close these teams are this way. Let's see. He's up to 5 eliminations, and so now this one, and there they go. And we got the Bomber Boy. We got the Equinox Bomber Boy trying to get out of the spray from Bones, and Bones taking him down. So Fly Like a Duck, the last one, still standing over here in the nade shack, surrounded by the final 4 teams. And so now Cobra coming right up into that nade shack with that DBS primed and ready. We are down to the last 8 remaining players. 4 of them for TBA, up to 12 eliminations already. And look at this. T-Games headed on down south. T-Games are like, alright, we're going over to the farm. We gotta get some veggies. We gotta eat our spinach. Alright, so let's go. We got Zero Mercy and T-Games still in this, guys. But we are down to the final 8 players. Duo from Zero... Oh, no. Yeah, duo from Zero Mercy. Patty from T-Games is still out and about. And Ninja Jod. Ninja Jod coming in from that north side. So where did Patty go? Oh, Patty is way down by the farm. So there we go. There's all 4 of them. Let me put this up there so you can see the final 8 players. They're not getting close to each other. They're like, nope, I'm not going out in 4th. Not after all of this. Not after being brutalized by these players in this. So now let's go. Let's get this back up on the screen. Who do you guys want to check in? And we still have, I think, Ninja Jod manned up right on over here. Right here with Patty. No, he is going out and around. He is staying out into this. He is staying out of the zone. He's like, I don't want nothing to do with this. And now I think Zero Mercy may get found by TBA. TBA is coming up and around. Is Tony going to take these shots? Yes, right through that window. And so now here we go. The last one from Zero Mercy. Zero Mercy is able to get a knock onto one of them from TBA. And now look at the 2 that are remaining there. We have them driving out and around for Aether Esports. Ninja Jod not slowing down at all. And we got T-Games Patty making his last stand. So let's see which one. Ooh, TBA found Ninja Jod. So now we are just down to Patty, the very final player. So here's the last one still remaining, and TBA headed right up and over onto him. I think Patty gets that red alert feeling going on. Red alert, red alert. Here they come. They're coming right up into my house. We've got invaders. We got somebody called the police. They broke into my house. Coming in first, TBA with 16 eliminations, 10 placements, 26 total points for this last final match of the Odyssey of Champions, going on top of their first place of 122 total points. Whew, there's a lot of points going into the final scores. Coming in second, T-Games with an elimination, and third, Aether Esports coming in with 4 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15. Going all out. TBA Bob, 7 eliminations, 760 damage. What did you guys think of that match? I don't even know if we made it to Zone 5. TBA decided they were hungry. And I will be right back. Hopefully tonight they will have the list of names. I've got the list of names from last night. Hopefully we have the list of names for tonight. And hopefully the final unofficial live scores. Because remember, they do have time to say, hey, you missed a point or whatever. But I will be right back. Let me find out what I can find out. Be right back. L-O-C-L-O-O-P. Alright, so this time we're coming in from that eastern Impala Island, going across Impala minus Generalis, the graveyard, San Martin Crater Fields, and dumping off to the north side of Ruin. So we're going all the way to that northwest edge, and we will have some chicken nuggets up there if anyone's AFK. But here we go, match number 4 of the Odyssey of Champions. Did I forget to turn that off? Let's go. Yep, there we go. Put that on there. There we go. We are all set. Alpha 4 Legend already off the flight path, or off the plane, and they do have another team not too far away, but I think the team is separating out. So Alpha 4 Legend going over to the truck stop. They're going to be doing just fine, but we do have 2 teams headed down to Puerto Paraiso, Death Root with Urza Esports. So we should probably get over to Urza Esports nice and early to make sure we don't miss any of those fights. Let me get on down here really quickly and get that on the stream for you while we check in on, whoops, get that off of there, while we check in on the rest of the map. So now let's see what's going on in Bigado. We have all these teams. We got Excellence over here. We've got the All-Stars, Resilience, Ego Lifters, Sinners. They are all in this Bigado area. So the rest of the map is pretty quiet, but look at this zone. We are going so far south that we have about 30% water in our first zone. So we should be pulling to that north side, probably up along that Leone's western edge, like the map has been doing to us a lot lately. I do want to check in on what's happening over here. Ooh, the Ego Lifters are already in a fight. Let's check in on what's happening in Picado. So we've got Zeus right on over here, and he also has on the other side of the wall Resilience. Resilience not not too far away. So Zeus trying to push off. Look at that. That was over onto Resilience. Resilience is pushing up and around behind the red apartments. So now Resilience also trying to come in through the window and right on down. Ooh, Zeus gets taken down by Meteor, so now we are down to just Sandu. Look at Sandu. You can hear him think, well, that's not how that was supposed to work out. Alright, so now let's check in on Maddie up to 2 eliminations. We did lose Ray for Resilience, and I can still hear some shots going off down at the other side as the Sinners are trying to push up these stairs now into the All-Stars Esports, the All-Star Esports right at the top. It looks like they're trying to come on down. Center 666. Let's get Scare on the screen. All 4 of them from the Sinners downstairs trying to get some of these drinks, and that's not where I wanted to go. So let's get on over here and look at this. Lori coming down on that push. No helmet, no vest, and all 4 of the Sinners right down below them, and they are the All-Stars are just a trio getting pushed up in this 5-stack in Picado. We still have the fight that's going across the way. Also, Sandu, I think, was found. And Spaz finding Sandu before we could even switch on over to him. Dweezy! Hello, Dweezy. Big fan, big fan. Alright, so looks like the Sinners are being very careful on this push coming up these stairs, even though Lori does not have a helmet or a vest. Lori's not backing away. So the Sinners do sound like they're trying to get some loot. I hear a couple of them going out downstairs, but look at the top of your screen, the mini map. We've got the Resilience that are coming out of that fight already with eliminations and getting ready to come into this third party. So we've got 2 teams over here with another team pushing right up and in. So we'll stay here for just another minute because the rest of the map is pretty quiet. Ooh, Lori opening fire with that Tommy gun, trying to get those shots right on down onto the... Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Wheel of Names. Alright guys, this is the Wheel of Names for last night. So good luck to everyone. I'm going to shuffle it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and good luck. Here we go. Hey, I'm on green. That's a good sign. That's a good sign, right? Oh, Peachy! Congratulations, Peachy, for winning tonight's first UC. This is for last night. Let me go ahead and take a quick screenshot of that and send it over. But make sure you fill out the ticket. Let them know your UID. Let me copy that and put it on over there for last night. And now let me go ahead and grab tonight's names. Go ahead and take those on off. Let me grab the other ones. We're still waiting on the scores, guys, so let me find where I put those. Here we go. Much shorter list. My name might have a little better chance. Here we go. Shuffle 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And good luck, everyone, for tonight's UC giveaway. Fragger, OP. All right, Wagon. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Thank you for coming out and supporting the Greek store and Simplicity Simplicity in all of these UC giveaways, and I'm saying there's probably hundreds of UC Wheel of Names. This is the very first time I have ever won. My very first time ever, guys. This is a big deal to me. I finally won one of my wheels. Let me get that up and over. Let me see if they're going to have the scores. And, oops, put it in the wrong spot. And second. I cannot believe I actually won. I actually won. Alright, so they're still not answering me. I still can't believe it. Alright, I'm still waiting to find out if they're going to do the scores. I know that they're doing them by hand, so it takes quite a bit of time. That's why some of these times we don't have them. I still can't get over it. I actually, first time ever, hundreds. Okay, so they are doing the scores, so we will be waiting it out. So give me just a minute more. I'm going to go ahead and mute for just a second so I can drink a little water. I'll be right back. Hopefully we'll have the scores very quickly. What did you guys think of that final match? That was just absolute chaos, brutality. Alright, what is he saying? Let's see. Still waiting on the scores. We're still waiting on them, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put the Be Right Back up so that we can at least listen to something. And the sinners, and I will let you know when we get the scores. Do hear the rest of Cardi C coming up with that Molly, trying to get that Molly right over into where the sinners are, right in the bottom of the 5-stack. Look at this, Scare trying to throw those smokes up and in, and he knows that he's getting pinched now by 2 different teams. He does have the pump shotty out and ready. He also has an M4. He's got quite a bit of ammo plus level 2 gear, so he's feeling pretty good. But the rest of the sinners, look at this, they're holding down the staircase and the south side windows. So Scare coming up and in now, so Scare on this push. I'll have to see what happens with that, and I'm going to check in on this map. Wow, we're at this standoff right now. I'm going to go ahead and slide this map over because we do have the order way up in that armpit area, which we don't really see all that often. So Scarface doing a little dance for us. So we're going to try to bank that nade right on off of there, trying to push back the All-Stars. No, that was a smoke. Trying to push the All-Stars off. Oh, who is that? Coming right up and in. So let's switch over to the All-Stars. We're down to just Lori. Oh, and just like that, the All-Stars go out. But now we do have Resilience still coming down and in. Listen to that. Now Resilience is downstairs and the Sinners are upstairs. Scarface has been knocked, so now we need to get him picked back up. And now let's check in on Maddie. We got the mollies going off. Maddie and throwing those mollies right up and in onto the centers. And he does find Scarface. Right when we switched on over. Cardi C coming up, trying to get those edges. But we had the vampire right on the other side. Sand's still coming up, and we still have, look at this. It is Scar. Let's see what's going on. It looks like Scarface is going to get picked up by 666. We did lose the vampire and all of that. So now he's going to come on down and in. And another one. Ooh! Scare up to 4 eliminations. So look at this. The center's up to 6 eliminations from all these teams that were here in Picado. Scare up to 4 of those eliminations. Let me go ahead and put that map screen up there. The elimination feed has been really quiet until I said that. And T-Game's coming in. They do find someone. Let's switch on over to T-Games. I'm not sure who Sense was able to find in all of this. But let's see if we can figure out who is in that rotation. Let's get on over. Straight on to Paul in a fight. We got Taco Thursday in a fight now. So we do have a fight going on over at the Chumasera Church. And let's get on over here, find out who they're in a fight with. We do have Taco Lovers and TBA to be announced right over here on top of Aether Esports. We've got one of them up on top of that roof. As here comes Thursday up on that push. Thursday right there as Senpai has that nade out and cooked. Thursday just getting out of there just in time. And so now we also have all these fights breaking out. We've got Straight on Nepal with Urza, I guess, also in a fight. And I think that said Zero Mercy. Zero Mercy, yes. And I guess. So now, let's stay here for a minute since we have 3 teams over here. And we are still going down to that southern side of zone. We do have, oops, let me get off of that. Aether Esports just down to Zinks now, and he's over here in the bell tower trying to hold off the push by the Taco Lovers. The Taco Lovers taking over the bell tower. So now let's get on over to Straight on Nepal and Urza Esports. Urza Esports down to just a solo. He did have Straight on Nepal chasing him down. So now where is the other fight that's going on? Let's check in on Death Route while I go ahead and see if we can scroll in any further on this map. We do have the order all the way up here on the Ego Lifters. They're coming down from that Terra Branca El Azahar area. And we've got Velocity circling down that western coastline trying to come on into zone. Most of the teams seem like they're right over there by Zero Mercy. We're over here on... Let's go ahead and check in on Zero Mercy. Almost there. I thought that they had it. We're right on the other side. Where's Zero Mercy? There we go. Now we're over here on Zero Mercy. Zero Mercy up to 4 eliminations. Straight on Nepal in the fight with Alpha 4 Legend. Now let's get back on over here. We were just there, but now Wolf has been knocked. Let's check in on what Hope is doing. Hope is getting the res. Loston coming up. Oh, he does have the Alpha 4 Legend in his sights. Trying to get those shots. Equinox in a fight with the order all the way up in that blue. So, but we do have the push. I feel like Alpha 4 Legend getting into position to take the shots onto Straight on Nepal. We did lose Spence. We do have Hope out trying to get some of the information on where Alpha 4 Legend are. See if they can get some off angles. But the off angles are already out here from Alpha 4 Legend. Look at that right across the way. Let's see if we can find ICT, our last match top frag. Alright guys, sorry about all of this, but it does look like they're not going to do the scores. I guess there have been some issues and it's chaos and I'm not sure what's going on. So I guess we're going to have to go ahead and end the stream now. Thank you, everyone, for coming out and supporting the Greek Storm and Simplicity Gaming, the Odyssey of Champions. You'll have to go over to their server and find out what the scores are. I don't know what all is happening behind the scenes, but they just told me that they've decided not to show the scores at this point. I'm very sorry. I truly appreciate all of you that have waited for it, but we do what we can do. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Anuj for the gifted memberships. I truly appreciate the support. It means so much to me. Good night, everyone. Stay safe. I love you.